And we are getting ready for some 5 on the button action. Reese here live at KoJack's, letting Charlie sit down. Had to get him a soda there real quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's going on, everybody? Welcome out to KoJack's Live with a very special return of the 5 on the button.
That's it, 5 on the button game, and it is. We've been watching the action for 15 mintes. They've been playing a little bit longer than that, and the chips are flying.
Yes, looking at this last hand right here, they're not afraid to put every chip they have inside the pot. Look at that. So you're in for a treat tonight. It is gonna be some crazy action. It's gonna be lit up, and just like the sky out around this area right now.
Yeah, the storms are brewing. So we lose electricity, then sorry guys, but
we'll be back shortly after we will rebuild.
That's it. So your little glance here. This was the bomb pot they were talking about. Can't quite see it there. But coming up on June, we've got a lot of stuff coming up.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. We got a big change that's going to be big time action.
Big time action. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Are we talking about the specialty on Saturdays?
The specialty game, I think it's going to have a lot of people come in for that.
Oh, it's going to be fully packed full of people. We're talking about a brand new tournament.
The brand new tournament. It's not going to be this Saturday, but next Saturday we're going to have our June promotions and our new stuff in June. We're going to have our free roll on Monday, like usual. We're going to have our Wednesday PLO.
Yes.
$65 buy-in PLO tournament on Wednesdays. And then on Saturdays, we're going to have a $3,000 guarantee, $65 re-entry tournament.
So I am going to go ahead and mark the calendars right now because I need every Saturday off because I will be firing multiple bullets.
That's right.
$3,000 guaranteed. That's going to put first place at like $1,400 on a $65 entry.
That's it, $65 entry. So looking forward to that. We've got the Fortune Frenzy.
Oh, is that finally starting?
That's coming here to KoJack.
Okay, so for everyone that fell in love with the Flush Frenzy, there was people that hated it, and then there's the vast majority that absolutely loved it because they walked out with massive amount of money. We had anything from $2,000 all the way up to $6,000 given away.
Pot's got huge.
Now, all they had to do was hit 4 flushes.
4 flushes.
So how does the fortune change this?
4 hands.
4 hands.
4 hands. You have to flop a set.
Easy.
7s are better.
Do it all the time. Every other hand.
Well, you're better than me. A Broadway straight.
Oh, easy.
7s full or better. Full house.
Very nice. That one's going to be hard for me because I don't ever let it get past the flop.
And an ace-high flush.
Okay, so they got the initial practice from the Flush Frenzy. They know how to do one of them. These others are going to be tricky. Now, jackpot wise, what does this do to the jackpots? What does it start at?
Oh, coming up. Don't spoil it too much. We're just getting what's exactly going in there.
Hey, just so you know, I tried to give you something that was about to happen. It's going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want to head into KoJack's just to see the absolute wild and crazy things that are happening.
And what we started already and rolling right into June at the 5 on the button. The game you're watching tonight is back. Now, not every 5 on the button is going to be quite this deep and crazy, but we have 5 on the button. Yesterday, we had 3 1-2s and a 5 on the button running yesterday, Charlie.
I looked up on Poker Atlas. I was laying in bed getting ready to go Mimi's, and I looked up, and yes, I was going to bed at 8 o'clock. And I looked up at the Poker Atlas, and I saw table. And I said, What the heck? Poker's back in West Texas.
That's it. We got the better half of Moyer here saying she might have to play that new tournament and have Mike stay home with the kids.
Oh, hey, if you do that, Ms. Moyer, we will 100% comp your daily. We've got your daily comped, and yes, I'll take care of that, and we'll make him stay home and take care of the kids, and then Thursday night, instead of him sitting on stream, we can have you sitting up on stream with us.
There you go. We got Cody in the box. And we're getting ready to start some of this action here. This was a $500 minimum buy-in.
What about the max?
15 was the max at first, but now it's match.
And 500 men match the stack, and that's what they've been asking for is crazy action. And welcome back to KoJack's because that's what's here.
Yeah, the standard on our 5 on the button is a 500 to 1500 with a 70% match the stack. Like I said, they were getting a a game going of that as a filler to this one, just in case some people had to leave early and go to work tomorrow. So we hopefully have that 5 on the button going out there already, and you can come play in that. But we have 2 1-2s going right now. So plenty of cash tonight here at KoJack's on this wonderful Thursday night. What did you call this game on the stream?
Tasty Thursday, 5 on the button style.
Tasty.
And if you look at the description of it, it says we've got maniacs, we've got rocks, and we've got World Series of Poker bracelet holders in this game.
And you're not wrong. We have a huge mix tonight. I think this is going to be a fantastic cash game, a fantastic stream, Charlie.
It's going to be crazy. And you got once again, I took off my hat. You saw me take off my hat in the stream a while ago when you were showing us, and that's just because the bald and the beautiful are back. And when you've got these two beasts in the box in here,
is that why? Let me see here. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this, the bald and the beautiful, baby. I mean, it takes a lot of brains to be this bald. And Cody's trying to join the club. He's not quite there yet. We got to teach him a couple more things, and he'll be there with us.
Just give it up, Cody. Join the rest of us here.
Once you head this way, you'll never go back.
We're going to be getting started here any second here as we got the last person sitting down here. You can see some of those chip stacks. Most of them got put in. We'll definitely get them updated for sure. But if you got Braxton, that's that bracelet winner you were talking about there. Seat at number 9, 2,700. These guys have been playing for about 45 minutes. So we see that there's been definitely some action. Good to see Blasto back on the stream. Who else played last week here? Moyer did, Mike, yeah. He played last week.
BB joining us over from Odessa. But Jamar, so I have never seen Jamar play. Or Marquise, I've never seen either one of their styles. Oh, I take that back. Seat 7, I have seen him play, and he plays about like I do.
Is that
a lot of hands?
A lot of
hands. And I finally convinced him that 5-3 was amazing.
There you go.
What's up, Basil? Trying to earn that free lifetime membership. Watching from North Korea. Once again, we had to activate our GPS and find out that he's right here by KoJack's Poker Club. Basil, you ought to stick your name up on the list. We got plenty of 1-2 action running. Yeah, it's good to see you, though.
Like I said, there's definitely some cash action here outside the stream. But if you would like to join these guys on these Thursday nights, we're doing different games each Thursday. Keep an ear out, and we're going to get these lists just like these guys. They just signed up. Anybody can play on the stream. Just be part of the first 9 or be on the alternate list as things start breaking down later in the evening. We're going to be with you streaming from now until 10 p.m., but I have a funny feeling this game is going to run a lot longer than that. So definitely make your way here to KoJack's. 8, 7, 9, 2 hearts here. Caleb flopping the king high flush. Going to bet this one out. Ray with the middle pair. Now, I don't know Caleb or Ray, Charlie.
Ray has been around the KoJack's family for about a year and a half now. Caleb's been around the family for, I would say, better part of 5 years. He's very well known and very good at golf. That's one of his golf shirts. Oh, okay. So he probably played a little golf today, and he definitely likes the KoJack's hand. They've each got a massive piece of this, both drawn, but the pair of 8s does stick Ray in the lead, and just like that, Caleb says, check mark me.
Brings the jack high straight. 4 to a straight on the board. It's definitely may slow Ray down, but see if he reaches for chips here.
$5 on the button, and we've got 515 sitting in the pot.
That's the KoJack style. And he's going to come out betting on this. Unfortunately,
Ray is just wild enough to check him up, though.
It's possible here. I mean,
look at him. Look at all those black chips. He's even shuffling. Oh, no, he's shuffling green. I thought he was shuffling black, too.
I think these are the second time for these fantastic new chips to be on stream. Gotta love these new KoJack chips, cash chips here. Yeah, Ray's going to choose a different time to look up that $300 river bet. There's too much out there that beats him. But to his credit, he did think about it. A lot of hearts missed.
Yes. And just with that river card, it straightened everything up. It brought a lot of hands into play that Caleb could have been holding at that point. Ace Jack, King Jack, Queen Jack, something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
And everything got there. One thing about Ray, he may be wild and crazy like me, but he definitely knows where he stands in the hand. He doesn't often put his money in bad unless he just wants to find out what you have. I have seen him do that. He just wants to know.
Paying for an education. I've done that quite a bit in my poker days. So let's talk about some of the players we got here on this Thursday night. Seat number 1 there. Everybody knows
the Big Taco.
The Big Taco.
Frankie, the Big Taco. He is infamous. Anytime you have bigger games, he always wants to be part of it, and he always wants to be in seat 1.
Yep. So he picked it when he came in. He said, "Has anybody chosen seat 1 again?" I said, "No, sir, I don't think so."
And look at that. He came in with his poker shirt on, ready to play.
That's it. And of course, Mr. Mike in seat 2. A very common face here at KoJack's tournament play and cash play.
You've got Mr. Baldo over in seat number 3. Baldo, when he started out playing here at KoJack's, when he first came in, he would only do the free roll. He was learning, getting comfortable with his game skills, graduated into small or medium 1-2s and small 5 on the buttons. And then now he likes to dive into those $300 tournaments. And he holds his own. We saw him in the series playing a couple of them.
Well, he's got a pretty big stack in front of him there. We don't have what they bought in 4, but we can definitely track it from this point forward. But he's clearly come a long way from free roll tournaments into a cash game of this size. You see here him and Jamar getting into this here. Baldo flopping 2 pair with a 10-3, and Jamar with the open-ended straight draw. Did not get there.
And he doesn't even try to represent it.
No, Baldo's not going to be afraid here to bet again. So
Baldo's a huge soccer fan. Anytime there's the Mexico soccer team playing,
he wants it on the television.
Please get it on the television. The big one. I want the big one in the back, the big TV.
Yep. Seat number 4, we've got Brandon Blake.
Yes, Brandon Blake. He is so I've known Brandon for about 25 years now.
Really?
And we used to play, this was in 2000, 2001. We used to play at a buddy's house over in Odessa. And his name was Rudy. Super, super great guy. And Brandon would play 1-2. And at that point in time, poker was kind of a big thing, the moneymaker effect during that time.
Yeah.
And man, he could complain about losing $30 in a pot. And now to watch him, if he wins $1,000, if he loses $1,000, he just keeps that serious face. I mean, it's just a straight, it's poker.
Yeah, that's it. Well, he's come a long way as well from losing 30 and sitting here with this kind of stack at this table with these
look at Marquise
names.
Calls that $20 with 5 deuce. We're gonna like him at this game.
Close.
And look at Moyer threw away the other 5 deuce.
Oh no, so took out some of his outs there.
Moyer said, "I've seen this game before."
Yeah, BB coming along as well. So we're going 4 ways to the flop here. King Jack having King 10 dominated there. 9, 7, ace, 2 spades. No players having spades. Nobody having an ace. We'll see who represents this hand here. Is not many people hit much. You got BB with the second pair, but who wants to represent the ace in this deep stack cash game poker?
Now, one thing that you're going to notice that's different from last week. Last week we had the final tables for the $10,000 seats.
Yep, the road to Vegas.
The road to Vegas. If someone bet, nobody called them to check them up. It was tournament play, a little bit more serious. Cash game's a little bit more relaxed. So you're going to see someone represent the ace, and you're going to see someone call that just doesn't think you have it. That's just West Texas poker.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot more action in this cash game play. With the tournaments have their own sort of mystique and play to them as far as what they're playing for, the big prizes, the big money. But the cash games definitely bring the action way more than the tournament play. On the button here, seat number 5, coming back from last week. And you know what? I'm going to call it now. I want Mr. Blasto to run better than he did last week. Unfortunately, he's got...
Did you commentate on the last week?
I believe I did.
So tell me about this. Coach walks up to me and he goes, "Charlie, I just want to tell you 5-3 sucks."
I guess I missed that one.
Okay, so apparently he was way ahead. Dawson, am I right? Okay, so he flops a straight 4, 6, 7, and Michael Svoboda flops the bigger straight.
No. Well, I'm sending Blasto the good vibes this week. I want to see him do good. A little bit of revenge on this stream here. Braxton here raising it up to 25 with the 8-5 offsuit. like Charlie said, you won't see that in the tournament play.
No. Blasto is a little bit. Braxton's a little bit different. Tournament play, he's very serious. Cash play, and look at this.
4, 6, 8, but nobody having the ace, so this bet's going to work here. Unless they just want to look him up.
I don't see anybody looking him up. I was thinking, man, he's open-ended. He's going to get some action if somebody has the ace, but
he's going to have larceny on the mind all night long, and somebody's going to have to stand up to him at some point. We'll see if anybody does do that.
Okay, so playing with Braxton, seat 9's played with him, seat 8 has played with him, seat 5, seat 4, seat 2, and seat 1. Both Marquise and Jamar, I don't think they've ever played with Braxton at the table.
Uh-oh.
So they're going to, when he flips over some hands when he gets called, I wish we could zoom in on their faces. You know, those memes and their eyes are going to drop when he makes a $400 bet on the turn and he gets called, and on the river he follows up with 1,000 and flips over 4 high.
Well, we're going to see if that happens tonight. Seat number 6, Jamar. You said he was one of the ones that you haven't had much time with or played much with. Jamar.
No, neither Jamar nor Marcus. I've seen Marcus a couple times in here. Jamar is new, and so I'm really excited to see what different aspect he brings to the game.
Yep, that'll be exciting to see these new faces here at KoJack's, and they just signed up for the live stream just like you can. If you're watching any Thursday, see what game we're spreading. We're going to have that up hopefully before the end of the stream.
Can I share a secret?
You got a secret?
I know what the next week's game is.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, I'll allow it.
So if you want to hear on the stream what next week's game is, so you can go ahead and get your names on the list. Type in 5-3 in the chat. All right. If I get 5 3s in the chat, I will tell y'all what next week's game is, and we'll get the list up tonight, so that you can go ahead and sign up on this. Look at this: a bunch of kings, a bunch of queens, and nobody has any of it.
Megan on the Facebook chat, the best poker stream on the planet. Never miss a Thursday. That's one of our biased viewers that we love a lot here at KoJack's. That's the better half of our GM Chase.
You know what? We gotta go ahead and put a big old heart on that. There's one 5-3 right here. Oh, not only because that's the best hand in poker, but that's because you got to type in 5-3 if you want to know what next week's game is early, before even the players at the table know it.
Yep. Only the people in the booth right here. Now, well, maybe Chase.
Yeah, Chase knows. Chase picked it. Chase picked it.
Well, excited to see. So, like you said, Marquis in seat number 7. There's that 7, yeah, Marquis in seat 7 there next to.
That's 2 of them. That's 2 of them. Chase is my better half. Oh,
I call your bluff.
Yeah. So if you ever wondered what a bluff looks like in poker, that's the bluff right there.
That's a comment bluff there. So Caleb there in the seat 8, not familiar with him either. But,
Caleb's been around poker for a long time. He is not shy to call it off, and he's usually pretty close to right when he calls it off.
Yeah, well, he's definitely got a chip stack there. We'll see how he handles those chips. Ray in the 9 seats in a little over 1,500. He's, like I said, KoJack's Poker Club player here. I've seen him in the club a few times, but don't know if I've seen him on the stream before.
Here we go. Braxton raises it up. Ace 5 suited, and Marquise jumps in with what we call here at KoJack's the basil.
The basil, and a flop here that if Marquis can find a play back here, this is a perfect scenario to start to look and see if they can put a collar on Braxton, but not yet.
He hasn't seen Braxton flip over a hand yet.
No, Marquis there. Still giving him credit. We'll see.
Look at this. Miss Moyer jumps in and says, maybe we just need a sitter. I love it.
And, of course, to round out your 10-handed 5-on-the-button game, we got Braxton, seat 10, your bracelet winner.
Monster stack bracelet winner. I think he overcame the field of like 8,340 people.
Yep, 23. I think you asked him to bring the bracelet up here.
Okay, so I was going to say that when you were announcing it earlier, but he, I watched it on Poker Go. We had it all over the screen here. Oh, yeah. Everybody watched it, but I kept telling Braxton he was lying about it. And he would just get that little, smirky, cocky smile. I'm not lying about it. I'm like, yeah, you told me you were going to show me. You must not have it. And he said, I promise you, I will bring it up here during the series and show you.
Big Taco folded your hand there.
Big Taco. We won't hold you on that.
But he brought it.
He walked in, and I'm sitting there, and he walks up with a bracelet. And I said, oh, Braxton, are you proposing to me? And he opened it up, and this thing was beautiful. I mean, it was just flat, beautiful.
I've never seen one in person. But
Oh, you weren't here?
No, I was here.
Okay.
Yeah, he had it in the Jostens box and everything still. So it was really cool to get to see that WSOP 2023 Monster Stack winner. Like it's a big deal there for Braxton. It was totally awesome. 5 ways to the flop here. Ace, 4, king, a couple of diamonds. No one.
I like BB's hand.
Draw.
I like BB's hand.
Queen 10, needing the jack, but there's 2 of them out there. You got the 2 outer in your bag.
Oh man, welcome to KoJack's, where the 2 outer finds its way to the river.
He's got your faith. He's betting this out 35 with the gut shot. I love it. Marquis was the one that raised it up pre-flop, but that ace out there makes his hand look a little bit weaker.
If I was going to say, if Ray does call, I don't think Baldo's going to be able to call with the 9 kicker, but in this instance, Ray lets it go, so he's in.
Yeah, he did call. So BB took his shot, and it's actually
there's no jacks left in the deck.
There's no jacks left in the deck. Oh no, but he's got a low enough kicker here that it could work.
Yeah, and he's saying I've got ace queen. Yeah. If he can 3-barrel this on the river, right here, perfect place for $200.
Because 320 in the pot. Let's see.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at BB.
Oh, I told you.
I love the bet. This is KoJack's cash game play. Absolutely love it.
That is crazy.
Baldo's got a.
Oh, he said all in.
Yeah. He has got a decision. That 9 kicker definitely is shriveling up here for Baldo. You can't hate the laydown necessarily.
No, because he bet it the whole way. He represented. He had a big ace, possibly ace king.
But
you know, everybody that folded king jack is kicking themselves right now.
Absolutely. But on that same token, betting $575 into a $370 pot with an overbet size pot
gives him the odds to call.
Yeah, well, if I'm Baldo, and Baldo probably thought about this a little bit, was the fact that, what is he saying here? He's betting so much. Did he miss his diamond draw?
He's either got it all or he's got nothing.
One of those oversized bets there on the to the pot on the river, those polarizing bets. And but we know that BB has that in his bag, and he did not show his hand there. So, but I don't blame Baldo there for the laydown. This is a cash game, not a tournament. Pick your spots and then come back later. Go ahead and lay it down.
We talked about, both Blaze and I last week, about giving someone pot odds.
Right.
And that point right there, with that over bet, he gave him all the reason to call. 500 for 800 now.
Yeah, and it was like I said, one of those bets, but that 9 kicker just made it tough. And like I said, I don't hate the laydown, and I wouldn't blame him for a call just in case he wants to look up BB early.
Oh, I love seeing bluffs early like this because that sets the stage for something fun, and that's where playing the hands like Ace 9, Ace 6. We saw Ruben in the at the final table of the points leaders. Mm-hmm. He went out of his element, and I loved it.
I loved it, absolutely.
I mean, you heard us talking about it over and over.
Speaking of cash game action here, you've got Braxton raising it up a little bit there, and Marquis with a 3-bet, King 4 suited. Mixing it up.
I like his style.
Braxton decided not to look him up. That's how strong that 3-bet looks there. Baldo with the KoJack's hand suited. He's
not afraid to see a flop.
Yeah, he's gonna make that call. Jamar here with the ace, but he's getting some decent odds between the two of them after Baldo calls. So we're gonna go 3 ways to a flop, but I'm curious to see how much Marquis presses here if he keeps on the accelerator.
It's also the same thing with the never mind. But it's the same scenario with the ace 8. It gets you in trouble unless you just happen to just smack the world and flop trips.
And Baldo here could get in a little bit of trouble. You're not going to have a lot of people with an 8 in their hand, supposedly, when it's a 3-bet pot.
And Jamar checked it. Let's see if he can check it again.
All 3 played it slow, but now Marquis here is going to pick up the flush draw.
Let's see if he can check it.
All 3 players now are going to be putting money into this pot, Charlie.
Look at this. Jamar's in the +6. Marquis in the hijack. And here goes Baldo. Baldo says, I got second pair. Nobody bet. They all showed weakness. Yeah. And actions now on Jamar. He's going to say call.
Smooth call there by Jamar. Not wanting to run anybody off just yet.
I like his style.
Marquis finally, he was obviously bluffing with the hand the whole way. Finally picked up some equity here to make the call. Like I said, all 3 players are going to end up putting money in, and here we go. So any heart for Marquis. Jamar looking to miss everything else. And
Ace of hearts would be terrible.
A jack on the river. What a river card for Baldo.
So here's my question. Is it good to slow play or is it bad to slow play?
We got 2 people behind you, and you can't if it goes check, you lose equity. So I don't mind the big bet here. It looks like he's betting 250 into this $415 pot, and it's a hard call here for Jamar. But I mean, you feel like that your opponent would bet the flops if they had that jack possibly.
The only thing that would have been better for us, because we always want action, would have been if that was a jack of hearts.
Well, yeah, and a big lay down there.
And he didn't even hesitate at it.
He thought about it just for a minute. Big lay down there. That's a good lay down because Baldo didn't bet it until he got it in turn, so you could put him on the queen there a lot of the time.
And you saw Jamar turn over to Marquise, and he said, "I had the 8."
Yeah. Then letting each other know. So I put it there a little bit early. Let's put it back up there. Let's take a look at these stack sizes. Braxton still your cash chip leader, 2790. And on down Baldo, Mike, Big Taco, Ray, Caleb down 1,400. Blasto starts the list under 1,995, all the way down to Jamar, who dodged a bullet there by laying down.
That was a big laydown.
Yeah, so he's going to have those chips still in his stack to put to good use later. Good.
All right, so there's the fifth one right there. There's the fifth 5-3. So I guess I have to, while the cards are coming out like that, I got to go ahead and let you. Next week, 10 on the button, round of each, 1,000 men buy.
$1,000 men buy, $10 round of each coming at you next Thursday here at KoJack's. We'll get that list up. Be sure and get on that list. Give us a call. Get on the list. Get on Poker Atlas. And like I said, next Thursday, $10 round of each. That's going to be a big game, Charlie.
Yes, it is. And tonight's going to be the predecessor to it. It's going to be the stage sitter. You're looking right here. You have a 3-bet to 55, and we're going to be probably Braxton. Look at Braxton.
Look what you're doing. Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. You're not even paying attention. He's too busy talking.
We announce it, and he is thinking about looking up here.
You know that he 4-bet with 5-3 offsuit just because Charlie's in the booth.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some 5-3s in the chat just for that. I don't root for anybody to win or lose. I root for big hands, but I would love to see the flop come 3-3-5.
Well, he's up against pocket 9s of Marquis and pocket 4s. We'll see if Ray wants to see a flop here. He got a little bit more equity here with Marquis coming along. He's going to have $100 more he's going to put out there, and there it goes. So we're going to go 3 ways.
We got 2 players set mining and 1 player with trickery.
So let's find out if Braxton's going to be cursing you later or if he's going to be smiling ear to ear when you come out of this booth.
If an ace comes on the board, he wins anyways.
That's true. 7-6 deuce.
Looking for a 4?
Yeah, he's got a chance. He's got a chance, but I don't think this is the flop that Marquis is going to fold to. In fact, he's cutting out chips to lead out here.
Yeah, that looks like 150-ish.
What's Braxton going to do here?
He can't push all in because Marquis has 570 left behind. And I would love to see Braxton chase one because Braxton
one time.
Braxton's. Look at this.
Oh, he's going to make the call. But we saw 2 4s get folded out of Ray, and then there's one more that got folded pre-flop. So Braxton only the one outer, but he picks up the diamonds.
And he also represented the diamonds with that call.
That's true. So
now Marquis is going to have to check it.
If Marquis checks this here, Braxton could take off and fire 500 plus. Get ready for this bet. Nope, he's going to try to peel the diamond, is he? No, he hadn't checked yet. I thought
Braxton's all in.
No, he did bet. That's exactly what I said.
Oh my gosh!
If Marquis checks this here, he's cooked.
Oh.
Now can Marquis find the hero call?
Ladies and gentlemen, 5-3 is the best hand in poker, and there it is. Look at him! Oh, he's not.
He knows it. Oh my goodness gracious! He played that one strictly for you. 100%. That's cash game action here.
I want to walk out there and just wink at him.
Fantastic there. That's only hand number 9, Charlie.
Oh my gosh. So when they started, it was 500 to 1,500 buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
And with that right there, you just saw Braxton cross the threshold of $3,000.
Yeah, so he's definitely been in the mix. And wow, I mean, it just makes you wonder if he's turned over some winners early to bolster that image. And because they've been definitely laying down to him. Of course, he's been putting the pressure on him with the chips, just like we saw there.
Oh, Miss Moyer, get ready. Your hubby picked up a monster.
Ace King going to raise it up.
Oh, no. Don't get too ready yet, though.
BB here is just going to smooth call with the queens.
Did you like my comment last week? It looks like BB woke up in bed with two ladies.
True. I remember that. Caleb here, only $15. It seems like a bargain in pocket deuces.
Braxton's going to come along. You know he is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For 15. No, in fact, he's gonna squeeze everybody with the 9-8 offsuit. You're going to see Big Taco get out of the way here. But
Moyer might 3-bet this.
He very well could.
Or 4-bet it. Sorry, 4-bet it.
4-bet this one here.
Nope, he's calling.
Does BB 4-bet it? Because you feel like he called that 15 to do just this. He's only grabbing calling chips here.
No, he's shuffling.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's what I was waiting on. Calling that 15 to put in that re-raise there, that limp raise. That's going to definitely make things interesting.
Oh, there goes the pocket deuces, 7-3, 9-8, and now we're down to ace king.
And Mike's way under repped here. Way under repped. This one's going to be interesting for him. But again, this is a cash game. You don't have to play it like a tournament. You can let this one go and just pick a better spot, and that's what he does. I don't blame him one iota.
He just saves so much just by easily letting it go. Tournament, he says all in.
Oh, yeah, tournament you have to, but in a cash game, just pick a better spot and move along. He was definitely under repped there, but BB showed incredible strength with that limp raise, and Mike getting out of a fantastic spot there.
The kids should be cheering that up right there because he was down to 6 outs and 6 outs only on that. Wow. What? Hey, that's cash play as opposed to tournament play.
Yeah, Chris never laying that down.
No, Moss says I 6-bet it. Sir, you're the one that raised. I don't care. I'm 6-betting myself.
Yeah, that was good poker all the way around the bet, the 4-bet and the laydown. I think were definitely good plays. Like I said, cash game play. You do not have to get yourself in those spots. Just fold and go to the next hand. There's no clock on these cash games. Kristen, great to hear it.
Oh, you know what? They better have this on the live stream outside.
God, better go find out.
One second. I'll be right back.
Got the 2 or 3 cash games. They were getting a third one put together, but I know there was at least 2 cash games out there when we started the stream. Braxton here not going to slow down. He's going to raise it up to 30, get called by Mike. And Baldo here. Braxton with the 6-5 offsuit. Baldo king 9 and Mike the queen 10 suited. And a rewarding flop here for the queen 10. Queen 10 deuce. Mike flopping 2 pair gut shots for Baldo. Braxton doesn't flop anything, but he had the aggression pre-flop, and he's going to keep the pressure on as it checks around to him in the hijack, betting 40 into this $90 pot. See if Mike wants to announce it here. It looks like he does. Putting a blank chip out there with that 30, 35. So raise it up to 210. Baldo has the gut shot, but I think he just got priced out with a bet and a raise. And there goes his cards. And Braxton here, going to lay that one down. Maybe. Yeah, lay down there. Just took a stab at it, and nothing wrong with that. And Moyer going to take the pot down there. We've got quite a few people watching across all of our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Thanks to each and every one of you for tuning into this Thursday night live stream. This is a 5 on the button, the game we've brought back here to KoJack's. Maybe playing some 5 on the button yesterday, and like I said, they're probably playing it out there right now. I'll have to take a look and see, but the 1-2s and the 5 on the button coming back big here at KoJack's. They don't all play quite this big. This one's a little bit extra because of the live stream, but the buy-in on the new 5 on the button that came back is $500 to $1,500 with a 70% match. And these guys, they bought in for quite a bit, maybe a little extra because of the stream, and we're doing a match this stack because of the stream. And no one's taken advantage of that yet because everybody bought in originally with some pretty good sized bullets here. And Braxton could raise up to 50 with the Jack 10. Big Taco just makes the call with the Ace King suited. 4 Queen 6 misses both players. Let's see if Big Taco wants to float here because Braxton checks. He did not see bet, so we're going to see a turn for free. That's going to give Braxton a flush draw. He's still not betting into Taco there. Taco's going to fire. I don't think Braxton's going to go anywhere with the flush draw that just developed. He only bet 50. Yeah, Braxton does make the call. River now. Let the graphics catch up here. See if he caught his flush. He did not catch the flush. Actually, I think Braxton check raised him to 150. Big, big, big. Didn't quite see that as it was getting caught up to. And so Big Taco was right, but Braxton put in the check raise and took the aggression, and that's cash chips in action. So did we have a 5 on the button game going on? I think?
We have a 5 on the button, and we have a 1-2. We got a list up for another one. It is going to be a wild and crazy night. I walked out in the room, and of course, the live stream's on the big TV on the back wall. Mm-hmm. And everybody says, "Dude, did you see that? He just won with 5-3."
Absolutely correct. Did you look at him and give him the thumbs up?
Oh, I walked by, and when I walked through there, he just looks at me, straight face, and just winks.
Yeah, that's too funny.
He's got his A game today, and these are the type of things that took him to that level of that monster stack tournament.
Oh yeah,
these type of moves.
Yep, those little extra moves, and it's obviously easier in a cash game than it is to make the moves as opposed to a tournament, because if one bad move can go really bad for you in a tournament, obviously, but just having the knowledge of those spots and being able to pull them off makes the difference in tournament play, and which we've seen him do really well over the years. Got a 3-bet here from Caleb after Blasto raised it up to Queen Jack, finally picking up a hand to get into the mix with.
Also, when I was out in the room, I heard a little bit of thunder. I didn't know if somebody else was scraping in some big chips. So get ready for a little wind and rain, maybe some pea-sized hell here.
Like the bulk of it's going to miss us in this area, though. That's always good for the stream for sure. So Jamar here going to see a flop with his pocket 5. So we got Mike Ace-9 suited, and Caleb 3-bet with the pocket 9s, and Jamar's deciding to come along after Mike makes the pot a little more juicier with his call. So 3 ways to a flop. Mike having one of Caleb's outs here to flop a set. Let's see what happens here. 7, 7, 10. No help to any player. Pocket 9s still ahead. Goes like Jamar made a check. Caleb makes a check, and yeah, it goes checks around, and a king of hearts on the turn.
I think it's going to check around. No. Caleb says my 9s are good enough.
Yep, and Mike's going to let that one go. So do you want to go do the honors real quickly here? You want to rewind it?
Oh, we can get him?
Go get him right now.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second.
Go get him. Go get him. We just got a little bit of work. We're going to get Mike in here in the booth. Moyer. Yeah. We're going to get Moyer in here to commentate real quickly. Caleb there showing down the 9s. Going to take that pot down. See how get Moyer in here with the wife and kiddos eating some dinner, watching the stream. Get a little shout out here. Take a look at the chip stacks. We've seen the chips move. These chip stacks, they can be volatile here tonight. You see Braxton making those good bets and good bluffs, building up to 3,400 on that $1,500 buy-in. Baldo still sitting at well. 7 out of the 10 players here still over the 1,000 mark. So I've got Mike here in the booth. Mike. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
You've got, just real quickly here, there's Moyer.
There we go. There's the camera. Hey, yep. Babe. Hey, kids, how's it going?
So we called you in for this hand here. Pocket Kings. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I think Braxton opened to 40. I think at 3.5 or 3x to 200.
Yeah, so you made a $200 bet here. And let's see.
I think I put him on like Ace Jack or something like that. He opened pretty early, right? Was he?
Yeah. He
+1.
About middle position there, and it's going to fold around to Braxton. We see he's only got 6-3. Did you ever see his cards?
I did not.
Oh, here you go.
I thought he was stronger than that.
He had 6-3, but he makes the call on you. So what are you thinking here? What are you putting him on? The ace jack, you said?
I mean, that would be like the best he'd have. I think it was a jack high flop. There was a flush draw out there.
Yeah, we see the jack, deuce, tray, 2 hearts on this board.
See, I went like 2/3 pot just because of it's pretty wet with the hearts.
460 in the pot here. I see you reached some black and green chips there. It looks like you bet 350 into 460. And what happens here?
Yeah, so that was a good turn for me. 9 of clubs. And I think I only had about, the pot was about what, 800, 900.
Yeah, there's 1,100 in the pot. Braxton checks it over to you again, and you keep the pressure on, or do you? Looks like you reached there. Oh, you went ahead and shoved it.
I went all in, yeah.
So almost $1,000 into 1,100, just in case he did have that ace.
Yeah, he calls ace jack. Yeah, but he said he had a pair. That's all he told me.
Well, you see him sitting here thinking about it. So a live replay-esque. The streams run a 15-minute delay, so we can go grab one of these players and say, hey, we hear something amazing happened. Come in here and tell us about it. And we see Mike here with the pocket kings, putting Braxton on ace jack with this kind of flop and continuing on. And the shove into Braxton here on the turn with the $1,100 pot, betting right about $1,100 yourself. And Braxton here is I can't believe he's still thinking about calling down a second pair.
I was just about to call clock on him before he folded. Yeah,
yeah.
I think he was just making me sweat it out. But
he's thinking long and hard. Maybe he's putting you on hearts here, possibly, or
ace king. I thought he was putting him on ace king.
Yeah, but he did not want to let go of this 3. So he just told you he had a pair, huh?
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
he did.
Can't say he lies at the table.
That guy, so he's really thinking about calling you down. But we had you see there on the chat there, Miss Kristen.
Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah,
having dinner in front of the live stream, cheering on Daddy. Yeah. She said that she's going to come play in the Saturday.
I'm at home next week. She's playing next live stream.
He's grabbing some chips. Look at that look he gives you.
He was making me sweat, man.
He was thinking about calling you there. So you still think that he's got ace jack, or do you think that
was kind of the top of his range? I thought, ace 10, ace jack.
Yeah.
It was a good turn for me though.
Yeah, a pot size bet once again. Like I said, Braxton was the one that was the pre-flop aggressor first, raising it to 40, and you 3-bet to 200. So, I mean, you're kind of playing your hand a little bit face up here, saying queens, kings, or aces. But he didn't want to believe it, and he laid it down. So congratulations, sir.
That was a great hand.
Good pot. Good pot. Well, if you get another one, we're going to come grab you again.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it. See you guys later.
Say hi to the wife and kiddos.
Hey, babe, have a good night. See you soon.
That was Mike coming in for this live reaction on those pocket kings. I was seeing it for the first time. Like I said, the stream running 15 minutes behind, but our operators and directors here can kind of clue us in on some big hands that are going on, and we can get some live reactions from a few of the players to see kind of what their thought process was. We saw there that Mike put him on possibly like that ace jack on that flop. But now he knows it was only a pair of 3s, Charlie.
Hey, but in Braxton's honor, he said he had a pair, which he did not lie.
True. Yeah.
So poker is poker about lying or telling the truth? Which one's more devastating to the other player? Because if Mike wouldn't have come seen this live, he would have still thought he had ace jack right there, like he said when he sat down.
Yeah, it's important, but
now he saw, hey, he's got a little mastery going right here.
Like I said, but man, good on Braxton. The $1,100 bet was not scaring him.
Oh, that is adorable. They created a new cheer. When I walked out and asked him to come back here, he started smiling, and I said, "You better tell your wife hello. She's in there cheering for you." And he said, "I sure will."
See Braxton here picking up the blinds as nobody wanted to battle. He's still got his pedal to the metal, wanting to get that money back that he gave over to Mike. But let's I believe, like I said, there's $1,100 pot, so. Yeah, that's going to boost Mike up to second at the table right now.
And that just dropped Braxton $380, $400.
And he was at 34. Yeah,
okay, 34.
Yeah, $600 he put into that one was just the bottom pair, or the second to bottom pair. I think there was a deuce out there, but great play by both players, and Mike keeping the pressure onto Braxton.
And, speaking of that bluff earlier with 5-3, he's not the only one at the table that's capable of doing that. We saw BB do it earlier.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, BB put the bluff on, or not a bluff, but a semi-bluff earlier for sure, and then bet at that pot, third or fourth hand that nobody seemed interested in. So These guys are definitely not afraid.
Look at this. Straddle to 10, straddle to 20. Little sleeping straddle right there, 2 to 20. So that is dead unless seat 9 calls and you see oh
no, he just called the 20.
Braxton said I'm calling regardless.
Yeah.
And 5-4 definitely playable. Ace 3, not gonna mess with that.
Maybe
Blasto
suited.
Yeah. This hand's gonna be a pretty quick one unless we see some fireworks. If Marquis calls and Caleb calls, anything in the range of 8 to queen is gonna make some big hands.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to look, but I think Braxton here, yeah, he's got a 60% VPIP so far.
And that's another thing we talked about in the point series final table. The highest VPIP that we saw in that tournament was 25.
Oh.
And I kept saying, let's look at the comparison between a cash game. Cash game, the lowest you're going to see is 50.
Yeah, that's tournament play versus cash game play there.
And look at this. We have 126, but everybody else is pretty much 40 or 45 or above.
Yeah. Definitely getting people getting involved here. Speaking of involved, Ray here bet his middle pair of his queen jack, and Caleb with the 10-8, looking for the gut shot or maybe wanting to represent an ace here.
That's going to have to slow Ray down quite a bit, just simply due to the fact with an ace and a jack on the board, check, call, looks like you have some of it.
Yeah, and Caleb checks it again, but Ray doing a good job betting again. If Ray doesn't bet it here, he's going to end up losing the hand, and he's going to end up laying it down, but he's going to keep the pressure on. He's betting 150 here. I don't know if Caleb can come along unless he wants to do a raise right here, right now. He's looking at his chips.
You can tell with a little bit of disgust when he throws the 3 greens on the top. He thought about it.
Yeah, thought about making a move there, or at least trying to represent something. But
bomb pot.
Is it bomb pot time? Yep, we got. Is that Jason there coming in?
That sure does. Always got the good-looking KoJack's hats on.
Basil, a shout out to the bald and the beautiful.
What?
Let the crowd decide who the bald and the beautiful is. The secret is we're both.
Yeah, I would like to go ahead and throw this out there. We are both. The only thing that stinks about these headsets is when we take them off, we have the line over the top of our head. If we had luscious hair, you wouldn't be able to see that line dug into our skin. But it's the price you pay to be beautiful.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, Jason in the box, $10 bomb pot here.
Ms. Moyer says, I was sweating as to why he was in the booth. So Ms. Moyer, we're doing something different. All right, chat. This is what we're doing tonight. Big hands, big bluffs that we see that are coming. Remember, we're on a 15-minute delay. We'll go grab the player, and we'll let them give you their picture of in their mind of that precise moment. And it was really neat to see Moyer in here, and he said, I had him on ace jack, and then he looks down and he said he had 6-3.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we are a 15-minute delay on the stream, but the director can give us a heads up. They don't know what the cards were, but they can see that a big pot, a big moment did happen there. But we all learned in real time, even Mike, and that he only had 6 tray. I mean, that just shows what Braxton's capable of.
Oh, he's capable of a whole lot of craziness. And we've even seen, Marquis, we've seen Baldo, we've seen Brandon. We haven't seen Frankie get too far out of line. He's a little mellow right now.
Just settling into the table.
Getting a feel for it.
Seeing who wants to set the tempo. Now, the bomb pots, the readers get a little bit wonky, so we'll do our best here to try to get some of these graphics put up. Yeah, I think they're letting that catch up there. But what I was going to say is, a lot of these players, Big Taco, Blasto, kind of waiting to see what the pace of the cash game is going to be, sort of get a temperature of what's going on. And it's been pretty exciting so far.
So we saw people buying the ranges of anywhere from $700 straight up to $1,500. Mm-hmm. And like Blasto bought in with $1,000. He's down $40 right now. That's nothing for him. One hand, flip it around.
Yep.
And he was hoping this was the one, king, queen, queen, 10. That's not a bad flop for the top board.
Yeah, we've got Big Taco here with the top set of aces on the bottom. He just makes the call. Braxton's one that's going to bet this out. The Jack 10, 7, deuce. He's got a Jack and a deuce pair. So we'll see what happens here. But Big Taco's definitely...
he's going to have to shut down knowing Frankie's in there.
5 on the turn doesn't help Braxton any. How about quads for Big Taco? Quads for Big Taco here. Let's see if he makes Braxton pay anything here, or if he's going to try to see if Braxton will fire on the river. Nope, he threw out chips there. Looks like 325. That was only 100. Those were green chips. Braxton here going to look back and not see much that can develop into much. So Big Taco going to scoop that one down. Quad doesn't show it either. And look at that. How about that? Making quads and
no smile, no nothing.
No nothing. No,
just straight seriousness. He's here to play tonight.
Yeah, Kristen asking why he had the time to be in the booth. Well, like I said, this is a cash game, so we talked to the players before the game started and let them know, hey, if we come call your name, do you mind, folding what you got or whatever, getting out of the hand, and if you're not in the hand, come and talking to us.
I know what she got scared for.
Thought he was broke.
Usually the only time players come in the booth to talk to us, and this is something we're changing up, is when they're out of chips.
Yeah, well, in a tournament, that would be the case. We're not going to pull them off the table in the tournament, obviously, but in a cash game, they can step away for a hand, maybe to talk us through what happened.
Braxton's he's not only playing good, he's running good with cards.
No, when a guy like Braxton catches cards, you better just buckle up. He's going to raise this one up to 25 with the pocket eights. Going to fold around. It looks like Baldo's going to make the call with the ace of 4. BB, you can see a flop with the king 10.
Jamar's going to jump up and come along. And
yep.
That's going to price Marquise in.
Yeah, Marquise can't fold a lot here.
25 for 160.
Yep. He does make the call, and Caleb with the king deuce suited might as well see a flop.
I mean,
he's got the button.
Why not? I got the best position in the game.
And so we're going to go Texas heads up, a.k.a. 7 ways to a flop.
Braxton's wishing he would have double straddled right there.
He's saying, I got the straddle in or bet more pre. One
Eights
or the other.
Can't be good at this point.
But a lot of aces out in the field. Jack, 10 on this flop. Nobody's got a jack, but BB has a 10. Oh, there it is. I didn't even see it on the bottom right of the screen there.
So many players in this hand here. We invited the outer tables to join this hand.
8 out of 10 playing this hand. Marquis, a flopping best here at 10s with a king kicker.
Who folded? What hand could be folded at that point?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get Taco in here and ask what he folded. Queen on the turn definitely makes things different out there. Blasto with the ace, queen.
But he can't feel too good about that with the jacks and the club draw now.
Yeah. Caleb picks up the king high flush draw.
But Blasto's going to bet it. It's pretty much face up at this point when he bets.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to check a jack there when there's 7 players in the hand. Or 8 players in the hand. So he can't feel too great about the queen, but he's enough to make a stab here of 65. And Marquis going to let that bottom pair go. I think the only person that might call him down here is Braxton, but he's going to choose not to.
King deuce suited clubs didn't even want to stay.
Paired board, don't blame him. And BB, the one with the king 10, is going to see this one with the open-ended straight draw. Deuce of hearts on the river, not going to change anything. So I don't think you're going to see. Oh no, BB is going to take the lead. I love it.
Oh, and look at the frustration.
Yeah,
Blasto's
just an
face.
Immediate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
BB.
Oh my gosh.
Big bet there.
That's the second one.
BB. That's the second time he's done that. So, geez, poor Blasto there. I don't mind it, but there's so much out there that he doesn't beat.
And that's exactly how you would play a jack all the way through it. You would check call,
absolutely.
Fire the river.
Eight ways there. And that was a big, unexpected bet there. Debbie in the Facebook chat rooting for Frankie. What about anybody else? There are quite a few people watching on all of our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let us know who you're tuned in watching.
Yes, we want to see what team you are on. What team you're on. Are you team Frankie? Are you team Mike? Are you team Baldo, team BB, team Blasto, Jamar, Marcus, Caleb, Ray, or team Braxton? What? Oh, look at this. Frankie even picks up ace king. So Debbie, get ready to rock and roll.
Just in time. Let's see how he chooses to play this. He's going to raise it up to 40 there pre-flop. See if anybody wakes up with anything around him. There we see Mike being called away from the table to talk about his pocket king.
Yeah, so that tells you how long the delay is right there, Kristen.
15-minute delay. So fantastic there. That's awesome. I love getting these guys in here. We can do that in a cash game, not in a tournament. Get some live reads on these guys. And what
30 to make the call.
Was. Ray's going to see a flop on the button. Ace 9 suited Braxton. Any 2 cards good here. Wanting to get in the action. Jack 3 offsuit. Seeing a king 10 5 big taco.
That's the end of this hand. There. That's the end of this hand.
Unless somebody wants to get cute. Let's see. Checks over to Big Taco. Does he want to slow play this? No, he's going to bet 65 and that's going to knock that one
You
out.
saw the button move.
Yeah, just immediately. So pick up the ace king and flop the best of it there.
So Debbie's team Frankie, Basil's team Primo Caleb. Primo's cousin, right?
That's it.
Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, if you're in the chat watching, who even sitting out on the outer table of the room in there, who are you rooting for? Let's see it go. Who do you want to see win big? Who's your favorite player? Who do you think's the wildest and craziest? All right, here's one for the chat.
Okay.
Who do you think is the wildest player at the table?
Oh, that's easy. Oh, come on.
I just want to see how quick that answer goes in there.
Well, and that's something else to say that I was going to mention earlier about Frankie. You know, you said he was kind of being a little bit, he has lots of potential, but been pretty docile. Well, I think you would be docile with Braxton on your right.
Yes. Good thing. When Moyer came in here, he folded 10-7 offsuit. I was really curious to see what hand
he
folded.
Miss.
Yes.
So he didn't miss anything, especially when Big Taco. It's probably a missed card reader there, unless Big Taco had 10-7 as well.
Moyers were black, red black.
Interesting. So Big Taco are going to play the heater here.
What do you think the odds of that? Next back-to-back players both getting 10-7.
It's
oh, look at this. I'm Team Mike. I picture that said like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. Team Mike.
That's it. Queen 4-6 monotone clubs here. No player having a club in their hand. So who wants this pot the worst? Braxton going to be betting it out here, and that's going to do it unless BB wants to reach in and play another back at somebody. But I don't know if Braxton's going to be my target of that very often.
How does he know he has the best hand right there? Does he, or does he just fire? Look at this. Braxton's cray-cray.
Yeah, that's it.
Poker's so sick, Basil, isn't it? Poker's so sick.
Yeah, the table dynamics are somewhat settling in. We've seen some fantastic plays from some of these players. Got a live view there from Mike for the Pocket Kings. I want to get BB in here to talk about some of these bets, that he's made. It's been absolutely loving that kind of action here in cash games in comparison to tournament plays that we usually see here on the live stream, where some of these moves can be made in cash games.
Looks like the north side of Midland's getting a pretty decent little bath.
Little rain storm there. Yeah, we've had weather. It's that time of year.
Yep.
Time of year. I love the rain. Don't need the hail.
You saw that 6-inch hail.
It was ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh.
Marquee here going to try to see a cheap flop with the king, queen offsuit. Makes the call.
Ray's coming in for sure.
Yep, Jamar called with this jack 5 offsuit. Braxton, I doubt he limped. We'll find out. Now he's going to raise it to 25 with the ace 5 offsuit. Big Taco just woke up. He's played couple of hands.
He called 20?
Last little bit. Yeah, he calls 20.
Oh, the baby Taco.
So 5 ways here to this flop. Braxton best of it with the ace high.
Normal heads up at KoJack's is 5 players.
That's it. Queen 9 a tray, 2 hearts. Jamar with the jack high flush draw. Marquee at top pair, king kicker. Not much else for other players here. We'll see if Braxton, who has C-bet, I think 100% of the time, see if these guys let him.
What is his aggression frequency? 56. That's insane.
Yeah, and let's see. He decided to check this one. Marquee here, turning the trip queens.
That brings Ray into action, though.
Yeah, spade draw now for Ray. And look, it's going to check around. Now Braxton can't help it. He's going to fire some out there to see where.
That's some new ink on Ray's arm also.
Is it?
He's taken some of his poker winnings and sleeved it on up.
Looks good. So Braxton here going to take the bait here set by Marquee, betting 75 into this 125 pot.
It was Braxton against Marquee with a 5-3 all-in shove, wasn't it? Yes, when Marquee had 9s. On that 7-6 something flop.
Oh, yes.
7-6
Yeah, it was. So he's going to get.
So here's some maybe payback.
Yeah. Now, if Braxton hits an ace here, may have some problems. No, he didn't. No, he folded it.
Oh, so Marquis raised. Okay, I see where it is now.
Marquis went ahead and raised him. So he announced his hand right there off the rip. And that would have been interesting to see if he would have spiked an ace on the river. He could have got some real payments out of that one. Chris is saying it's straight up storming there. Yep, it's radar's a little bit everywhere, but so far so good. As long as we still have power, I'll take it.
So I'm gonna head on out and see where they're about, see where the button is, and then I might grab a player and see what we can do.
See if we can talk about it. Let's see what Charlie here earlier was talking about the aggression here. Braxton, 57% aggressive rating. Everybody else in the 20s and 30s. You can see kind of the tail of the tape there, but Braxton has the rewards to show for it. The cast chip leader here at this table, 2,700 in his stack. Players kind of easing into here. There's see 3 just calls there. And Braxton going to keep that aggression up as he's going to raise this up to $50 in the cutoff with the 8-6 of diamonds. BB wants to battle here with the queen 8 suited, calls the 45. Everyone else going to get out of the way. So we're going to go heads up here between BB and Braxton. Both players have shown some big moves here tonight in this cash game. Let's see what the flop holds. 5 queen jack. Top pair here for BB. Let's see how he plays this here. It's going to go check, check. I love the check against Braxton. Another jack on the turn. Let's see if BB can check it one more time. No, he's going to put a little feeler out there to see where he's at. And see if Braxton wants to, he's going to maybe fold. Yeah. I'm going to get out of the way there. I was curious to see if he would take a little stab back at BB on that one, because although BB has been involved and we've seen him make some moves, I don't think anybody has really seen any of his cards. So hand number 22, our second guest here in the booth, none other than Braxton himself. Let's take a look here. There he is, Braxton. We were just talking about you on the table and how your aggression rating's higher than everyone else's right now.
Oh, man, I'm shocked. Super shocked.
Well, we are on hand number 23, and we were tapped on the shoulder and said that this was a pretty good hand.
Okay, which one was it? I played about every hand.
You've played about every hand. This one here is 23. Hand number 23. You got Jason in the booth there. Looks like you're sort of the last ones to act here, BB, getting rid of 5 deuce. Looks like Marquis wanted to see a flop with the 3 deuce suited. Caleb with the king queen suited. Ray king jack off suit. He's going to put in some chips as well. Let's see what Braxton wakes up here with. Ace 10 suited, Braxton.
What are you thinking at that
point? So there was a raise in, I believe, what position was Caleb? He raised.
Middle position there, roughly, and then you were late position.
So I 3-bet.
125.
And he came along, and I think we flopped at ace.
Yeah, let's find out here. It looks like it's going to
fold
over to Caleb. He was the original raiser there with the king queen suited. Ray gets out of the way with the king jack. So it's going to be heads up between Caleb and Braxton. King queen suited. Braxton ace 10 of diamonds after the 3-bet of 125. Almost 300 in the pot. Jason here putting out a flop of 5 king ace.
And I think really what works in my advantage is nobody ever thinks I have anything. So.
What are you thinking here when Caleb bets into you? Looks like he bet 115 into you here.
I'm probably putting him on some sort of an ace at this point, but
they're not in the mood
he
to
led,
fold.
So
and that's a good turn card for you, 9 of diamonds.
Huge turn card.
Yeah.
And I think if I remember correctly, he checks. Yeah.
Yeah, he slows down against you. Did you turn it up right here since you turned that? Yeah, grab the black chips there.
Never believe me.
Yeah, there's.
So what I bet, like maybe a third pot,
210.
roughly.
Yeah, 210, and like I said, that diamond on the turn giving you the nut flush draw. But Caleb here, still not wanting to give you credit for an ace.
Yeah, it's such a big turn card for me because obviously we turn diamond draw and we turn a 2-pair draw clearly.
And he's coming along. 10 on the river, giving you the 10 to 2-pair. That's about the second best thing you can ask for. And let's see, Caleb, looking at his cards there, still hasn't improved. He's still got the king, but he's going to try to represent something in front of you here.
Yeah, which it's just a horrible card for him to try to.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, I guess that's like a semi-bluff, but I mean, me and him, I've never had much history with him, so I haven't played a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just think that's my gin card. He's never doing that. Yeah, he doesn't have Jack Queen. He doesn't have anything like that. I mean, maybe a set and you just lose. If he has a set of 5s or 9s.
So you didn't think long. You just ripped it right back at him. He bet 400, and you just grabbed that 2,200 stack and sent it right back to him. And there's never a world where he's calling here. He didn't even think about it that long.
That's what he says. Like, you just always have it. That's what he told me.
He said you've always got it. Did you show the 2-pair? No, there you go. There you go. Well, while we got you in the booth, we want to shout out. We know how you rolled with that 5-3. Charlie couldn't contain himself.
Yeah, that was just bluff mode.
Straight, just straightforward Charlie
get
there.
to the streets.
Fantastic. So looking at the chip stacks here, we didn't get to catch the beginning of the game because we wanted to get it going before the stream. You got 35. This is the high point of the stream so far in these first 20 some odd hands. Did you buy in for the full 1,500?
I did. So I'm up a little over two, I guess.
Two so far.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I think the only person that's rebought was, believe Jamar did in the 5 seed. I think he might have bought some additional chips, but I think everybody's in for their original amount. But it's been an exciting stream.
Cool. Well, I appreciate y'all.
If we get another big hand, he's going to come get you.
Yep. Thanks.
That was Braxton there in the seat 9 telling us how that hand went down live in his mind. And like I said, that's a fantastic thing we're able to do here for these cash games. We love it, bringing you some of the live commentary from the players on some of those hands. And I think, like you said, that was just a great bet there. I will say by Caleb there, he played that really well. But unfortunately, Braxton just had the exact wrong hand to make that move on. But that shows a lot of experience and a lot of guts to make that bet into Braxton on that river. Unfortunately, like I said, that 10 was just the perfect wrong card to do that on.
So I just had a little conversation with Braxton on his way out about that hand with Moyer. We should have asked him about that. And
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until he was walking out. And I said, Braxton, what did you have Moyer on right there? And he goes, I think he probably had something like kings, no worse than kings. And I didn't tell him. He said, is that what he had? And I didn't say anything. He goes, oh my God, I'm right. I am running good tonight. And he's running good. He said he never bluffs off his stack there. He has to have kings at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, but kudos to Braxton for thinking to that next level, trying to take that one down.
What's going on, Gavin, in the chat? Welcome in, baby. Gavin's a huge Big O player, loves Big O.
Ace here on the river, going to give this out here for Braxton. Had the gut shot, picked it up the hard way with the ace. BB stuck it with him there, calling the 75 with that bottom.
He may call the 150 right here, just to check, because nobody ever believes him.
Neither one of these guys have shown cards. Those that do know Braxton don't believe him ever. So you could see a $150 hero call here.
And here it is. And I don't hate it. He hadn't shown anything.
No, nobody's turned over to anything. And Braxton's going to show that ace, and BB is going to say, I was right until the river.
And that's where you show the deuce and say, I called you with a deuce. You play that reverse psychology right there.
That's it.
I was talking with Johnny Blaze a lot during the main event. And sometimes you just got to say, hey, this is what I called you with, just so you know how I didn't believe you.
I am going to make a quick run out on the floor. I'll be right back. Hold it down.
We got her. We got her held down. So we are moving all around. So once again, like Reese did say, we did not start with the stacks, but when the stream started, we can show you the up and down from when the stream started. And this is where we're sitting right now. Big in the green is Mr. Braxton, up $1,225. Both Moyer and BB are also up. And we'll flip it up one more time. It went real fast. But on the downside, we've got some players that got some room to make up. Caleb and Jamar, Marquise, they're all on their way up. So no hand has gone to the flop without a raise so far tonight. And we were talking about the V-pips earlier. We'll show them to you right after this hand. What's up, Mr. Gavin? Carter, we could get a big old game here. All you got to do is send us a list. You build it. We'll make it happen, baby. Get us 4 or 5 players, 6 players. And I guarantee you, Gavin's showing up in there. We'll get Carter showing up. We'll get Gavin showing up. You know Braxton's in for Big O. Flop comes out. Ace of clubs, 7 of clubs, queen of spades. Blasto got that 5-3. I love to see him in there with that. I wish it would have connected just a little bit more. And Braxton's already grabbing chips, throwing out 3 of those brand new greenies. That's $75. And once again, he's in that spot where nobody else has anything, can't even make a call, can't even represent right there. Makes it tough. And yeah, hey, let's get a Big O game going. We'll get you a list. Carter, name us a day, and we'll build you up a game for that. Because you want it. You like Big O. So name a day, and what type of game do you want? 5 on the button, 10 on the button? What would you like, Big O? Because I know Gavin's game to go. Braxton's good to go. Reagan will even show up. We'll get Billy in. We'll get a bunch of players in there. Plus, if we keep the limits a little not too high, we can get some of the people who've been learning it. And we've had a bunch of people that's been studying it, asking for a lot of questions, asking a lot of questions about it. So 125 Big O, I do like that. What would you like the buy-in to be? Up to 500 max? With a 70% match, with no match? How would you like to see that? So you tell us what you want. Gavin's already said he's in, and we'll make something happen. So here we go. 3-bet 20, 4-bet 50, and Caleb makes the call. We've got Jack 8 versus 10-6. If you've never seen craziness out here at KoJack's, this is what we absolutely love. Flop comes out Queen, Queen, 6. BB picks up bottom pair. He just called off that 150 just to see where Braxton was, and throws out 50 into the pot. And just like that, that's how easy it is. He just won a third of it back. So simple game, 200 to 800, 70% match, 125 Big O. Carter, I'm not against that. Can I have a Post-it note? Thank you. Thank you. Just one. We're going to start building that game. Carter, what day would you like to see that? What day would you like to see us put that up, and we'll get it going for you, buddy? All right, so we got 1, 2, 5, Big O, 2 to 800, 70%. I love it. And we got Carter in. We got Gavin in. So if you're in the chat and you do like some 1, 2, 5, if you like 5-card Congress, Big Mitt, Big O, whatever you want to call it, type in the chat. We'll get you on this game list. We'll put up any day that ends in a Y. I said it earlier. Carter does love him some Big O action. We're going to see Baldo get a little crazy here. 30 to call. He's going to make that call. He's been kind of silent ever since earlier, but little does he know, sitting in the cutoff position, and Blasto makes the call. That surprises me. Jamar sitting in the cutoff. He's going to call the 30 with Ace Jack. So we're going to be 5-way to the flop, 155 in the pot. And we're going to see some fireworks if it connects. Deuce of hearts, 5 of hearts, 9 of spades. That's a nut flush draw for Jamar. That is bottom pair for Braxton. That's a gut shot to the 3 for Ray. And that's an 8, a gut shot 8 for Blasto. So not very many people are dead. You see that? Lights are flickering. That's the lightning outside. If we do lose some connection, we'll let y'all know. The poker gods are cheering on the crowds tonight. Blasto's going to let go of his 68 to the $50 bet. Don't blame him. That's a big chase, especially setting with two hearts on the board. So Braxton does lead out with bottom pair. Turn card of 10, not much help to Jamar. He's still sitting about 36% to win this. And Braxton says all in. Jamar says snappity, snap, snap, snap. He's got 10 outs left in the jack. Any jack, any king, any ace, any heart, and a 3 of diamonds hits the river. Jamar smiles. He says, "Hey, good game, boys. Good game. You got me. You got me with your deuce 3." And just like that, moves on around. Braxton scoops in another pot. Yes, if we can sneak Gavin away from his wife, he is 100% in. And that's one thing over the years, watching all you guys play, I've had the privilege of being part of your lives for about 7-8 years now, and it's been my privilege actually just to be part of your poker family. And when we talk about family, we know the highs and the lows of each other. We love each other very much. Much respect to everyone out there. But it's a lot of fun to watch Carter, watch Gavin, watch Braxton, watch Frankie, watch Robert, watch every one of them play. It's so much fun. And it's not the same game every day. Oh, Ray getting frisky. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a 5-3 out in the hand. Ray says Braxton won with 5-3, so I'm going to try to win with 5-3. Reese walking back into the room, hearing that someone has 5-3. The only downfall is these straight flushes out. We saw 4 deuce hearts or clubs go into the muck, but put it on the board and see when it makes. Carter, we will get that 125 Big O up for you, and we will try to make it happen. Next break, I'll get out there and do it. So here we go. 6-way action to the flop. $95 sitting in there. We got pocket tens. Blasto underrepresented his hand.
And here's the bottom set.
Yeah.
Pretty dangerous board. And
Braxton leads out with 8-4. He's hitting gut shot to a 9. Little does he know that would murder him with Baldo. But he's still the hands that he's had to show, he's had it tonight.
No, yeah, he's in a great position to make these kind of bets and calls. Blasto just going to call here to see if it gets worse. one card straight or so on that board.
So four players, three players going to the turn.
I'm going to call with your 5-3. 7 on the turn. No help to anyone. Let's see what the price Braxton chooses here.
It's probably going to be around 125. He's very calculated with the percent of the pot that he puts in.
Yeah, and almost 300.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he overbet that there, and so that's going to be a tough one here for Blasto. But you know, if you're just going to give him Ace King every time, he didn't raise it up too much.
Yeah, Blasto's pretty much got one option here: over-represent what he has and hope Braxton doesn't have Ace King, King Queen, something like that where he can draw.
Yeah, this is a tough one here for Baldo. He's open-ended with the second.
Look at the pain on Robert's face.
Yeah, that sit back and he knew when Baldo was cutting out those chips, he was going to have a hard decision, but he is not going to care. There
he said all in.
That's the rest of it there. He can't just call it half of his stack here. He's going to say, if you've got it, you've got it. Braxton already up out of his chair. So I'm guessing Braxton instant folded. And he
folded faster than the dealer could say fold.
Yeah, he was.
Because the dealer still counting chips.
By the time the camera cut to him, he was already out of his seat. There he is coming back, checking his, I guess he went to go check his phone. He was checked out of that hand for sure.
He was not interested when it went call of 300 all in.
So it's 430 to Baldo. He is open-ended, but and he's got the second pair.
But he also knows Robert. He knows Robert doesn't put his chips in unless he's ahead at that point.
No, I mean, there's, I don't know exactly what you can put Blasto on with just the call of 15.
Look at his body language. What does that tell you right there?
That tells me it's a man that's
his hands made at this point.
You don't want to call him.
No.
That's a posture of a guy who.
And Baldo hadn't even looked at him. We saw Braxton looking at Frankie or looking at Moyer earlier with that hand where he had 6-3 and Moyer had pocket kings.
Yeah.
He was watching his body movement and watching his motion, but Baldo's not. He's just looking at the bet.
He's gonna let that go.
That's my favorite play right there. Tap the table. Nice.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, and he shows it.
Yeah, he does show the bottom set there. Don't blame him.
He keeps his image.
Keep up that image.
Yes,
that's exactly right.
Keeps his image.
So Blasto there being patient and paid off, and now he's up to 1,600.
Yeah, and he's only negative 170 since we started the stream.
Okay. Yeah,
but he is up 605.
Oh, did he buy in for 1,000?
Yeah, he bought in for 1,000. He's up $605.
Perfect. Yeah, so he's doing well here. Like I said, being patient, looking for spots just like that one. I was out on the floor. I couldn't help it. Grabbed one of the donuts. The live stream on the large TV in the back, and they said, we like it, but Charlie and Reese are loud.
Oh no, so they turned it down a little bit.
I turned it down just a little bit. Sorry if we're loud.
We get excited. We love y'all though. It's just the sheer beautiness of the voices that they gotta tame us down a little bit.
We're too distracting.
Man, look at that massive mountain of chips. Hey, look at this.
Caleb added on there. He had a little over 600, a little over 500 in front of him. Looks like he bought in for another 1,000 maybe.
And this has matched the stacks, so they can go as high as they want to.
Definitely could have done whatever he wanted to there, but he definitely wanted to get some more ammunition. Did we lose Lamar?
Yes, we did. It happened in a hand against Braxton just shortly right thereafter. Lamar had big nut flush draw and 2 hearts on the flop. Braxton bet. He called on the turn. He bet. Braxton shoves. Braxton's got a pair, and the river card came a diamond. He whiffed the river, unfortunately.
Just got it in to gamble. Didn't quite make it there, sounds like.
I'm proud of Marquise. I've seen Marquise play a lot of 1-2 out there, and he plays 1-2 similar to how Braxton plays in general. And on the stream, he is very mellow. He doesn't get out of line.
And we are playing a bomb pot. The graphics take a little bit to catch up here on the stream. Yeah, they're slowly coming up.
Yep,
here.
they got a little quicker.
Looks like we've got Ray here with the second set. Going to bet this one out. Pocket kings with a flop, top flop, ace, king, 5. Bet the pot there of 80. Let's see if anybody has anything. You got Marquis there with the nut flush draw on the bottom board with ace, jack, kicker, pair of aces, jack, kicker on the top board. You could see him come along for 80, having the nut flush draw on the bottom and top pair on the top. You've got BB here looking at his cards. He's got 2 pair on the top, trying to convince himself to make this call. but he knows he probably shouldn't. He has a gut shot as well to go along on that bottom. Yeah, and makes the good fold there. It's tempting. I could see it in him, but he did make that lay down. Yeah, and like I said, Marquis here with the nut flush draw. Definitely going to come along. And Caleb as well. He's got top pair on the bottom, second nut flush draw on the top. Queen of spades on that top board. The graphics play a little catch up here. That's going to give Ray, yeah, looks like might have gone queen here. And did Caleb bet this out? Yeah, it looks like Caleb bet this out. It goes queen here on the turn. Gives Caleb the Broadway on the top board. That's why you saw him betting that out there. That's going to spell trouble for Ray a little bit because he's got that top set. He's going to need that board to pair. He's definitely going to need the board to pair it here. And Marquis comes along, still wanting that diamond on the bottom board. There's a 9 of spades on the top, bricked the diamonds out on the bottom. The spades did get home, but nobody has the spades. So it looks like Caleb... As we get these graphics caught up here, Caleb checked it and Ray bet out big. Going to have to look and see what these cards look like here. Obviously, Caleb here can't fold holding the nuts on the top, but the hearts did get there if that graphic is correct. So like I said, bomb pots get a little bit confusing here on this stream, but we'll definitely the pot is accurate, a $1,200 pot. And we'll see if Ray ends up with anything here because Caleb's got the 2 pair of 10s and 4s. And all Ray had was the set on the top, pair of 9s. If the graphics are correct, we're going to see a scooper here. Caleb. Yeah, and see the dealer there turn the hand over. Yeah, it looks like the pots were just reversed there. So yeah, that's going to be a scooper there. So big turn card there for Caleb, making the Broadway straight to take down the flopped set of kings there from Ray. Dangerous bomb pots. This game is already playing big enough and actiony enough that the bomb pots are definitely juicy, but we've seen it just the regular hands getting that wild. Gavin, I totally feel that one there. Totally understand that comment. But Frankie there's capable of some plays, but when you've got Braxton playing the way he is on your right, it's a little bit not only daunting, but a little difficult whenever you've got a player that's capable of a lot of different things. Braxton here under the gun, raise it up to 10. Probably a straddle with 7 deuce. Mike waking up with pocket aces, going to 3-bet this one. Looks like he bet it real light. So Braxton straddled, and now Mike basically bet it's 25. Braxton here looking down to the 7 deuce. Does he want to get cute with 7 deuce? No, he lets it go. So Mike, unfortunately, not going to get any action with his aces. Does show everyone that he meant business. Hand number 30 here. Let's take a look at some of these chip stacks, see if we got the update here. We saw Caleb add on there. Looks like he's got definitely more than that there. So yeah, we'll get a chip count. And the cash games, as people add on, it's a little more difficult as in like tournaments when we can get those chip counts a lot easier. But in cash games, they can get off just a little bit. So it's just like any other live stream. But you see Braxton hitting that 4,000 mark. He said he bought in for the max of 1,500 when he was in the booth earlier. So he's up really good for this cash game. He said he's had a good run of cash games this week and flying out to Vegas tomorrow. So hope the run good continues for him in Vegas. Would love to see him bring home another bracelet here to West Texas. Mike here is going to follow up the aces with the king jack suited. Going to 3-bet it to 25. Actually, it's initial bet there. Big Taco probably did the straddle there with the 7-4 suited. Marquis, BB, Baldo all coming along for the 25. Did Braxton fold? Wow. Braxton did not want to play that hand, whatever it was. Of course, Big Taco is going to be forced to come along here after straddling for 10, completes it to 25. Deuce, 8, Jack. Top pair here for Mike. No one having diamonds. Marquis flopping 2 pair, though, and Mike's going to be the one to bet this one out, and he's going to be in trouble against Marquis' 2 pair. Let's see how Marquis chooses to play this hand. Gavin, I totally agree. Frankie shirt is fire.
Frankie has the best poker shirts in existence, I think.
I've seen quite a few fun ones. So Baldo makes the call open-ended. I didn't even notice that one. We got some pretty good action here. Marquis going to make his hand announcement right off the rip. Looks like a big raise here.
He says, "This is what I have. If you boys want to chase it, come and get it."
Yeah, Mike can get away with it, get away from it. It could be up against Ace Jack a lot of the time.
How many chips do you have? Yeah. That's what he just asked. What's your stack?
Yeah, he didn't have that much behind, so he may not be able to get away from this because he doesn't have a whole lot behind.
But he also has to worry about Baldo behind. He's got 1240 in his stack.
Yeah, and I don't know if Marquis' type of player to do this just with a flush draw. Mike may know him better than me.
He doesn't have a whole lot of history because he's still newer to the tables here.
Yeah, and I just don't think he's going to put in half his stack throwing a flush draw when it's short stacked like that. You might as well either rip it all in or, but Baldo here.
I think he's going to fold.
Gamble a little bit.
I think he's going to fold.
He cut out chips last time and still. Oh. No, he doesn't.
He raises.
He went ahead and put him all in. No, he called it. It looks like he just made the call there.
Oh, that was a lot. It looked like a big stack of green.
Yeah, it did. But I guess he took back his initial 4 on the turn. Doesn't change the hand for Baldo.
But his equity in the hand went down. With that turn card missing like that, if Marquis shoves all in, I don't think he can make this call.
Well, it depends on, like I was just saying, the computer can get a little off in these cash games, but it doesn't look like he's got maybe a couple hundred in that stack, and the computer's showing 175, and I think that's probably pretty close.
Yes, and his percent win went from 30% to 17% when that 4 came up.
Oh, yeah, and he is going to make that call.
Priced in,
175 more to win almost $1,000 a pot, and so now it's all up to a
5 outs.
Queen, nope, Jack doesn't do it. Marquis is going to fill up here, and he's going to take that $960 pot down. So big win there for Marquis.
Fills up.
Playing patiently and got paid the maximum for that hand.
Jack's rolling with 8s. That works perfectly because it's flooded outside right now. Corey walks in. His pant legs are wet. Yeah. What happened? He said, there's this much water outside right now.
There's a swimming pool in the parking lot.
That's got to feel good for Marquis. There's no better. I loathe it when dealers slide the chips to me in a stack. I'll knock them over. I don't get to stack chips that much because I play hands like 5-3, but I like to stack them up. It's a good feeling. And Marquis is enjoying every bit of it. We got a new player coming in here in about 10 minutes. He's buying chips right now, and he is getting him a drink, and he's going to sit at the table. And I'll go ahead and tell you, his name is Mr. Tor, and Tor is no shyness to any action. And he's the perfect type of player to get on the table with Braxton, because Braxton may bet with nothing, but Tor will call with nothing.
Interesting. I love seeing these new names in these cash games.
Oh, yes. And it's really neat to watch these players. Usually, when we first started the stream, only the well-versed players, the comfortable players who play the big tournaments wanted to be on the stream. Mm-hmm. And now everybody has seen, if I play the stream, I can make myself better because I can go back and watch it because it's saved, and I can see how other players play. I can get all kinds of information.
Yeah, it's a lot of people enjoy playing on the live stream, and you can too. We saw Braxton very disgustingly fold 10 deuce as the flop comes out. 10 deuce 8. Marquis raised it up pre-flop with the ace jack suited. And Baldo was wanting to get back involved, called with the 7-4. Got some running club options. Marquis going to c-bet here.
I would love to see Baldo raise this.
Yeah. And Ray goes and lays the ace-queen down, doesn't want to float there. And Baldo not having any part of that either. So Marquis there, back-to-back hands. was short stacked and now pretty healthy, Charlie.
How many full houses with Jackson 8s are going to happen tonight? So I heard a terrible joke on the floor a while ago when I walked out there. And I am a huge Cowboys fan, just so everybody knows. And this is why I say it's a terrible joke. So how many Cowboys fans does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Nobody knows. Because there's millions of Cowboys fans out there that are talking about how great the last light bulb was.
What?
And I couldn't help but to laugh at it because, it's been since the 90s since we've won everything, and millions of us are still talking about that. But man, I was disappointed but laughing at that joke. If you can't laugh at it, you're not a true fan.
Well, the Cowboys get to open their season watching the Eagles raise their banner. I thought that was a pretty interesting jab there by the NFL.
And you know what? I'm going to say it just like every Cowboys fan says it. This is our year.
This is your year. There you go.
If you're in the chat and you're a Cowboys fan, type in 111. It'll be the first time we've won a Super Bowl this millennia.
That's too funny.
Yes. So here we go. Ray looks down 94.
Yep. Mike, pocket jacks. Yeah, let's do that. Just in time for a 3-bet to 120. Braxton going to climb down.
So Team Moyer jump up and down. Here we go. Jacks versus King 10.
Ace on the flop could slow the jacks down. We'll see if Braxton was represent that, or he's going to put that in Mike's wheelhouse. And he's reached for chips, Charlie, as he should.
Oh, Team Moyer, get excited. He is fearless and not afraid. If Braxton was to raise this, he would instantly let it go, but he and Braxton.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. I was afraid of that. Braxton going to click this one right back at him to check raise to 275.
But he may be able to sniff this out now that he saw Braxton called the whole way with 6-3, a pair of threes.
That's true. That's true. Can Mike figure this one out from Braxton? He would have to do it here. You can't just call. He's going to take the safer path. Don't blame him. It is a cash game. Yeah, so great play there by Braxton. Mike there not wanting to mix it up with that chip stack against a player that can make that happen. As part of a cash game play, you got to pick your spots, Charlie, and pick your targets as well.
Yes, and fortunately, Braxton knows very well Moyer's game.
Oh, yeah.
He knows Moyer's not going to get out of line. He knows he's going to represent a strong hand just like he did pre-flop.
Yeah.
And with that ace out there, Braxton was able to wind the story down and say, you don't have the ace. I'm going to pretend that I have it. Yeah. And I was really hoping that when Moyer was in here and he saw that Braxton only had the 3, I was hoping he could put that together. Yes.
Maybe that would have been amazing. But, yeah, Braxton there just finding out right then and there if Moyer really did have ace, king, ace, queen in that position. So people trying to get a hold of a cheap flop here as players call in 5. BB, Markey, Ray, all call in 5 as it comes around to Braxton. Looking down to 6-4 suited, reaching for some green chips. Going to make this one 30 or 35 to come along. Looks like 30. And don't know, Marquis suited 10-7. A lot of people like 10-7. And BB, not going to be afraid, wanting to look him up with the queen 9. And Marquis going to get the value to come in with that 10-7 suited.
Oh, I love to see the opening range of these starting hands.
Well, cash game, you can open it up a little bit, and you have to get a little creative to run down these players sometimes. 9-6-9. Big flop here for BB. Now, we've seen him be aggressive when he didn't have it. Yeah, we're going to see the other side of it. Braxton does have bottom pair. Checks around to him.
He's in the same position as the person that had ace-8 when they flopped trip 8s. And he did the same under the gun position, and he said check. Braxton said 50 and call. So this hand is played just like that one.
Yep. Gut shot for Marquis. It's $50 to hit an 8. And he's going to gamble a little bit, Charlie. I like it. Needs an 8 for a straight. So BB actually has it this time. Let's see how he chooses to continue on. There's the 8. Oh. Boom. Marquis drilling the gunshot. It does bring home the front door diamonds, though. So that could scare a lot of people.
Oh, check.
Braxton's going to check this as well, knowing that he's not going to.
Oh, queen on the river.
Yep. And a 4th diamond, though.
And look at this.
You're still not going to get
He
any
checks
action.
it. He plays so coy.
Yep. And nobody has a diamond to compete with his boat, though. Unfortunately, does Braxton want to represent a diamond here? He's smiling. He's talking to the dealer. He is reaching for chips. So BB, with an amazing check onto this river, is going to get a bet here out of Braxton. Looks like it was a decent sized one too, over 100. And
do you think BB has it in him just to call,
just to see if it'll bring Marquis along?
Yes.
Probably not. I think against a player like Braxton, you got to go ahead and with that kind of chip stack and swing for the fences.
But if you raise here, both fold.
Yeah, it just depends on if you think you can make more than 140 off of Braxton, because he's getting 140. If he just flats, Marquis is never going to raise here, more than likely, and so you're going to make 140. But if you think you can make an additional 300 out of Braxton, then it's better to go ahead and raise your hand here. But I love the patience. I love the pace.
Look at the perfect chip shuffle. Yep. Didn't drop one.
And he's about 500 here. Yeah. No, he's only going to bet.
That's such a smart raise.
Yeah. Just like a min raise.
I could see him shoving all in now. With a straight?
4 diamonds out there. You can't. He worked hard for those chips. Got them in the last couple of hands.
I didn't see the 4 diamonds.
Yeah. There's 4 diamonds. So that was another reason why I don't think he could call behind. And now Braxton here, obviously going to posture for just a moment, but
he's looking at his stack.
Oh wait, no! Did Braxton come back over the top and put him at he put him at a test for his stack, and we know it's not going to work.
There's the only hand that beats him is pocket queens, and at this point, if you have it, you just hand your chips to him.
Yeah. BB thinks about it for just a moment, but he's never folding this.
No, look at this. He's counting his chips. I love that. He's not even over anxious.
He's thinking about it. What's he thinking about here, Charlie?
I don't know.
Do you think he's maybe putting there's a straight flush possibility?
Yeah, but 10-7 diamonds, Jack 10-7 diamonds, 7-5 diamonds would be so hard to have. Maybe pocket queens.
He's only got, a few hundred behind, and
3 hands beat him.
$1,000 pot.
And 3 hands win. 5-7, 10-7, pocket queens.
Yeah, so yeah, it was he re-raised it. Okay, so he had more chips than the computer had there. So so that makes more sense. He re-popped it, and Braxton had to fold. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought Braxton put BB at the test for all of his chips there, but BB was posing and playing for the rest of his chips, trying to see if Braxton would call him off. What a dream river card. The 4th diamond and the boat.
Yes.
Big hand there for Brandon.
I love to see it. I love to see anybody win. I'm not rooting for one player, not rooting against one player. Absolutely love it. So if you're out and about after this storm passed through, skies are clear, streets are a little bit wet, but poker is going on at KoJack's, and you're definitely going to want to come see us because it is absolutely wild and crazy.
Yeah, the Thursday night live stream. Lots of people tuned in across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Appreciate each and every one of you for watching this 5 on the button. A little bit deeper than normal game as we brought back the 5 on the button here at KoJack's. But the 5 on the button does get like this pretty often, even without the live stream.
Yes, and it is exciting. It is a lot of fun, and it is always wild and crazy.
See if Braxton's VPIP is 72%. Charlie. I was going to say, see if he wants to play 8-7, but I don't think there's any question about that, especially just 4-5. And he's actually going to raise this one up to 50. BB here on the button, waking up with ace-7 suited. Definitely going to make that call for 50 or more playing that button. And Marquis with the jack-8 suited. Going to come along and try to catch himself a flop here. We're going 3 ways to this flop. $150 in the middle, 4-10 ace, all diamond, and that's going to slow things down here just a little bit as all 3 players check. Queen on the turn. top pair is still best for BB. And it's going to check around again. 5 on the river still doesn't change anything, and only 150 in this pot. You may see all 3 players here. No, Marquis going to make a little stab here to see if anybody else wants anything of it. Braxton, let's go with the 8-7, but BB with top pair, definitely under repped on the hand, and he called the $120 bet. Big call there. Didn't think he was going to play slow play diamonds that long. Does show the ace, so BB with those newfound chips puts him to work and takes down a good pot. I don't mind the bet out of Marquis at all, but BB there just wanting to not believe he had the diamonds, and it was absolutely correct. And back into the booth here, man again, Braxton. Something else happened. We're going to find out.
What was it?
I don't know.
What did I do?
Yeah, we've just got the notes saying this hand's going to be a good one. So let's see. It looks like we have some straddles. What in the wide world happened with these straddles?
Yeah, I talked him into all that. I said, let's play one big hand. 10, 20, 40. I got 80. I tried to get Frankie to do 160. He said no. I said, I'll pay half.
So
he still said no.
Still said no. Well,
I offered 80 of his 160.
So what you see there, and I'm not sure what the computers are going to think about this, but and Marquis is going to wake up with the pair of aces. What did you wake up with? The Jack 7 suited with the 5. It says 5 bet, but it's going to be the $80 straddle.
Correct.
And we're going to go around no one picking up much of anything here. Now it's Marquis' turn.
I think he made it, what, 200?
He's the $10 straddle. And so it looks like he raised here, looks like $250 to play. And you decided to play Jack 7, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I was, you know what? We're just gonna see what happens. And then when he snap called me, I said, "Oh no, I have a heart draw."
Oh, did you put him into the test here, or did it on the flop? We'll find out.
No.
Ray thinking about the Ace 4 offsuit, 205 more. Wanted to protect those $20. Or no, he's in for 40. So
he said, no.
Yeah, he goes ahead and folds it there. And
so watch what happens here. We just grab a whole bunch of chips and say we're all in.
It's 165. You were the $80 straddle. And you just grab a bunch of chips and just put it out there, and Marquis snaps it. Okay, so
and I said, I have a heart draw.
Oops.
That was my exact words.
You're not wrong. So a test against Marquis, unfortunately.
I didn't know what he had at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't turn him over.
So you still don't know whether he has aces
No,
here?
I just know I have a heart draw.
Well, let's see what Cody does with this flop. Braxton needing a lot of jacks, 7s, or hearts here on this flop. Jack 6 king. You're definitely still alive here, picking up your
think
jack.
I am, but I'm not very alive.
Yeah, well,
especially on the
you
turn.
Still haven't seen it there.
The turn, we're not very live, but we picked up some hearts.
You picked up some hearts. Quite a bit of hearts here. Marquis looking to dodge a heart.
The heartbreaker.
Oh, a heart. Oh, there's the little golf clap showing the winner. You know it's good.
He's sick. He said it happened to him in another cash game yesterday. No. I was like, man,
does he show it? Yep, there it is. Oof.
And took it really well. Super nice guy. I was like, all right, cameras, did y'all catch that? That gangster.
Tough. No fear at poker there.
You feel bad, but at the same time, you're like super happy that you won.
No, give me aces against Jack 7 pre-flop for all my money every time. But sometimes it's not going to work out for you. But
what is my VPIP? I'm just curious. Like 93?
We'll show it here.
Oh, 74.
74%.
I'm so
VPIP
shocked
there.
that I'm the highest.
But it looks like Marquis is going to have some more money there and not going to take that one laying down.
So he has to call between the 2s and the 30s when he goes out there. Look who it is. You got to call out Blasto and Mike and Caleb and say, hey, guys, you're below.
Oh, yeah, the 2020.
Blasto? Moyer?
No. Worship.
Which one's that? Oh, Robert.
Yeah, Robert.
And then Moyer's the other?
Caleb, the guy here in the
and Moyer.
Yeah.
I said, Moyer, you had jacks, you have kings, you have aces. Those are the 3 hands that we've seen. I said, doesn't that get old? Like, man, you got to raise with like 10-3 off and stuff.
You're
shove on aces.
You're on his right. What can he do? That's what the chat was talking about. Frankie usually plays a lot more hands than he does, but
oh no, we got them slowed down.
You definitely have them pushed back a little bit with that almost 80% VPIP.
There's only room for one alpha.
Braxton said he had a pair. He said he had a pair of 3s.
I did. I did. I said you thought you did something cool. Like
he found out he had 6-3 on that pocket king's hand. Too funny. So
no, this is cool though. It's
so 4,400 right now in Braxton stack. Definitely the cash chip leader. Go have another big hand come back.
All right, appreciate it.
And see Braxton there with the jack, 7 of hearts running down the pocket aces, but Marquis taking it well, reaching for the money clip and saying let's continue this battle. See if he can do it again. So it looks like Marquis added on for another 500 to get back into the battle.
Caleb's got some fresh black chips in his stack. I see those.
Yeah, he added on. I don't think we have his chip count quite right. He added on and then immediately won a decent-sized pot. So heads up here, Jack Deuce versus King 10. Blasto versus Braxton.
Braxton's going to be the aggressor.
Let's see if, yep. And unfortunately for Blasto, he's got a gut shot for the 10 high straight, and that's going to be about it. And yep, throw it away there. Unfortunately, not much he can do with that one. So definitely a different pace stream, Charlie. Different from the
yes, it is.
Play.
it is. I love doing the tournaments.
Oh no, there's definitely there's value in the tournament.
Excitement,
playing for big prizes, a lot of strategy involved. They're still fantastic, but the cash game just allows for so much more versatility and moves, and you're not going to see Jack 7 and pocket aces all in for heaps in a tournament very often.
You know, the biggest pot I've ever lost was to that man sitting right there in seat number 9.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And I had pocket aces pre-flop. And well, of course I had it pre-flop, but I had pocket aces and Duplantis. I'm sitting in seat number 3. Duplantis is sitting in seat 1, and Braxton's sitting in seat 6. I've got about $3,800 in front of me, and I call just to get somebody. I'm out of position. It was 5 on the button. Braxton raises to 45. Comes around to Duplantis. Duplantis raises it to 200. And I sat there for just a few minutes, and I wanted the handover right there. I said, I'm all in.
Just win right there.
And Duplantis goes, you're kidding me. And Braxton snap calls.
Oh, no.
And Duplantis, it gets back around to Duplantis, and he says, I can't call. Charlie has aces. And he showed me he showed the table his kings. He said, I fold. And Braxton had 9-8.
9-8.
And the flop comes 9-9-8.
That is.
And Braxton just looks at me with that same little devilish smile. Not any poking fun or anything.
No.
But he says, I'm not afraid.
Yep, sorry. So bomb pot action here as Monica has gotten into the box. We'll let the graphics catch up here. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We still got a little over an hour left of the stream. These 7 to 10 streams here on these Thursday nights. You can sign up, and Charlie revealed it already.
Yes, we've got the 10 on the button round of each, 1,000 min buy.
Yep.
And the list is already building. If you'd like on that list, type in the chat. Let us know what. Just let us know if you want on it. We'll get the list publicly posted tonight, but we've got to know that you want on it. The top 9 are going to be set. And that's what we'll start with. We've got the backfill list. We'll start a second table out in the room. We'll bring you in, and as seats open up. But it's I guarantee you, it's going to be just like this round of each. It's going to be a little bit more crazy because we have the 4-card option in there also, and that's what we've got going on right now.
Just like now, it's going to be like this, but without the double board. But the PLO does bring the action. This one's already got some action here. Blasto's going to bet out $80. He's going to bet the pot on this one as he flops top set on this bottom board. Ray giving him a call. Looks like a few gut shot opportunities, some straight draw opportunities. Big Taco, he's got the nut club draw.
Reese, I got a great idea.
What's that?
We build a new style deck of cards. You've got clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades, right?
Okay.
We introduce the ace to the king of circles. Make it a different color. So now we have 5 suits in there.
Okay.
We play triple board. Triple board bomb pots.
With just an extra suit in there for fun?
Yes. That way, we have enough cards to cover it. So we play triple board bomb pots.
That would be some action.
I just got a new game. All right. Coming to you soon, one day in the never future. Triple board bomb pots with 5 suited decks.
Sounds interesting to commentate. I'll definitely commentate it.
Oh my gosh.
Now we have 4.
Look at this. Look at Blasto.
Yeah, a bet, and he's just frustrated with himself.
He flops a set on both boards.
Yeah, and he just still doesn't. He's just. There's just so much that can change on bomb pots. He's hoping the board pairs, but even if it does, it can be scary. Queen of spades on the bottom, 10 on the top.
That brings any Jack 10 into play on both boards.
Yep,
King Jack, Jack 10.
Which Taco does have the Jack 10. He's going to take over the bottom one and be open-ended on that top one with the nut flush draw on the top one. So he's got the nuts on the
Jack
bottom
8.
with the redraw.
Mike's got Jack 8 on the top.
Yeah, so he's got a straight as well. And Blasto with a slight shaking of his head there. $400 bet out of Mike here, having the nuts on that top board.
And that's one of the boards you can't call it with.
No, you have to lay it down with the queen and the 10, both completing the straight draws. I mean, you just have to lay that down, even though it doesn't feel good. But Taco does make the call as he has the nuts on the bottom with the redraw to the top. Lots of scoop opportunities here. See what Monica puts out. A club on the bottom. Nope, it does not get there. So this one's going to go chop, chop. Moyer having the 8 Jack on the top.
Is there any world that Mike can get bet off the Jack 8 on the top? King Jack is there.
Yeah, but since he's the aggressor and he's going to put in a lot, now Taco here is going to think about it just for a moment because he does have the
he said call
Jack 10. He does make the call, just hoping you don't get quartered here, because the problem is you know that Mike's possibly got the Jack 8, and if he has Jack 8, 8, 10, he's going to totally dominate that hand, but he's going to bet the pot. And it's not going to make a difference here, and these guys are going to get that last bet back. But even without that last bet, that's a pretty sizable pot with the action on that turn 4 different ways. Yeah, Chris Braxton definitely brings the action to the streams. We're at hand number 39 here
already, and let's look at this. I want to bring up pre-flop raises.
Imagine that. It's the Braxton show here tonight on this Thursday at night.
Braxton's almost 5x pre-flop raise to the person next to him.
Yeah, it's 66% if you're just listening, and 66% pre-flop raise out of Braxton. Caleb, Big Taco, and Mike coming in second in the teens of pre-flop raises.
Carter, you know you'd play that 5 suits, triple board bomb pot. I know you like some action. What about Big O, but make it big easy? 6 card, high low. With 5 suits.
That's already a thing. Oh, with 5 suits.
Yeah, I mean, we coming soon to Vegas near you. The 5 suited game: hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, and circles.
Just circles. Okay. Limping in around here, nice and safe as Braxton is folded.
Oh, we might see a $5 pot here.
Man, that's exactly what we're going to see. Our first limped in pot here, 6 ways.
Took 40 hands.
Took 40 hands to see a limped in pot. 4, 6, ace, 2 clubs, no play.
BB hits it.
Having the club draw, yeah. Tor top pair. BB top 2 pair.
We see an upper and downer.
Baldo up and down. This may be a limped pot, but we may see some chips coming in here.
And Moss, you're 100% correct there. The only way to slow Braxton down is to play right back at him.
No, that definitely.
And we saw it tonight.
Oh.
The aces. He played right back at him. He just got unlucky.
Yeah. No, like I said, you got to fire back every now and again. And there's 3 players here. Tor bet 25 with that top pair. BB with the top 2 pair. Just a smooth call. Baldo up and down. He's missed a few straight draws tonight. Let's see if he can finally catch one.
He's been searching. There's no soccer on, so he doesn't have his good luck charm.
Actually, BB didn't flat it. He min clicked it. That is pretty strong there. A check min click. But we'll see.
Oh, an 8 on the turn would be terrible. 2 pair, and straight.
And it's going to be a jack, so no craziness quite yet. But, Baldo called that opening a straight draw against Marquis pretty deeply. And so you may see him do the same thing here, open-ended.
And BB's not slow playing this. He's not afraid.
No. Tor laid down top pair. Good lay down there by Tor.
He made it a little bit too expensive for Baldo to chase any further, though. 215 to call. Baldo's only got 820. That's 1/4 stack.
Yeah, slightly a more than pot bet. And there's BB telling you, when do I get on stream?
Yeah, he says, look what I'm doing.
I would have liked to have had him in here with that all-in hand.
Oh, I wish we'd have known it.
Yeah, but didn't get that one done in time.
Robert is pleading his case to Monica. He had both of his hands out just like this, and he said, "Can you just give me a hand?"
Yeah. Well, but he hasn't lost a lot of chips. I think he's
no, he's still up. He's got 1440 in for 1,000. He's still up 440 since they started.
Yeah,
he is down. No, he's up 465 on the stream.
He's still up. He
can't complain too much.
No. If you've still got chips in front of you, it's sometimes that's all you need.
We've been playing almost 3 hours. That's $155 an hour that he just made right here. Show me another job in Midland, Texas that you can make $155 an hour in.
There's a couple, but not as fun as this one. That's for sure.
that is the truth.
Hand number 40 here, Big Taco. Gonna be the first one to act here. Braxton's away from the table.
We didn't get to see what he folded.
No. Let's see. We may, when it comes back around to him.
Well, he was under the gun.
Yeah. Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he was in the small blind. But I think Big Taco may have straddled here.
Well, the small blind is the under the gun.
Oh, that's right. I'm blind.
We forget about the 5 on the button
every time. So it looks like
Caleb's gonna play.
Yeah, like I said, it's a $10 straddle by Big Taco. And everybody coming along.
Monica got her new hair color going. I like it.
That's it.
Blood red for the blood that she's going to spread on the table.
Big Taco checking his option there. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. $50 in the pot. 6, deuce, 5, 2, spades, no help. Gut shots for Marquis. Middle pair for Taco. Let's see if anybody wants to stab at this $50 pot. Looks like it is going to check around here.
John, you're right. I mean, I'm not saying you're right. You're saying Braxton will never win another bracelet. The odds are definitely stacked against him. It is tough to do with those players that like Phil Hellmuth with multiple bracelets.
Yeah, those guys with double-digit bracelets. I mean, they got a lot of them in the pre-crazy days, but getting one
Fields
at all,
were so much smaller.
Yeah, but getting one at all is still absolutely incredible.
Not taking anything away from Brunston, because he's from your town, right?
Yeah,
but when he won one of his World Series of Poker, what was there, 22 people in it?
Yeah, there wasn't that many, but
he's still a hell of a player, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's there's no question. A bracelet is a rare find, and but again, some players have better chances than others, and Braxton's definitely one of those, as he's already proven it one time.
Is it easier to win one the second time or win one the first time? I'd have to say the second time, because you're a little more comfortable in that situation.
Well, that's what I was about to say. There's definitely got to be something to be said for being there before.
Yes.
And whether you won or not, I think your second attempt at anything in Vegas during the WSOP series, the first one you got to get all the people, all the crowds, all the fanfare. So your second attempts, whether you won previously or not, it's still you still get used. You're not going to get used to it, but you're going to be easier, have an easier time to make that second run.
Well, I got to put it like bowling. My first 300 I bowled, I was nervous as heck. I was shaking when I was walking up there. My knees felt like they were going to give out, and I was just saying, please, God, let me get to the foul line without falling. And my second 300 and so on, my second one, it wasn't as bad. I was a little bit nervous, but I shot one about a month and a half ago. I wasn't nervous at all. It was just another day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to be like that with poker.
Anytime you're in that situation. So Tor here going to raise it up to 15 with a 10-6 off suit. Want to get in the mix a little bit. Big Taco lays his down. Is BB going to look him up? He's got the ace-7 offsuit. He's in for 5 already.
Travis said, OMW, on my way for that empty seat.
There you go.
It's already been filled, Travis, but we got one open, maybe 2 on the outside.
4, 6, 9, middle pair here for Tor. He's going to bet out, continue. BB's going to let that one down. The new player at the table.
Tor.
I don't know if he has any experience with him or not.
And he's not afraid. Tor is not afraid to put him in good, not afraid to put him in bad. He is the perfect calculation, the perfect equation to put at the table with Braxton.
Yeah, and curious to see how that plays out. Get Braxton back to the table here. Let's have a quick look. We've done as many updates as we can in cash games. They're going to be a little bit off obviously, as people, I know that Caleb's sitting with way more than 1,200 in his stack. He's closer to that that 3,000 mark as he added on for 1,000 earlier, and then immediately won a pretty good pot. So I can see there's 1,000, maybe closer to 2, maybe 25 there. See which those black chips stacked up. BB here under the gun, just going to limp in with pocket nines, see what the rest of the table wants to do.
Aces didn't do him good last time. Let's see how this does it.
He limped raised with the queens earlier and got some action on it. Tor here, ace-8, and raise it up to 15. Marquee, pocket 10s.
55.
3-bet at Cinco de Mayo.
Old Highway 80 speed limit. 55 is the new bet. And Ray says, I'm your Huckleberry.
Hey,
Taco.
King, Taco. We got a big pot brewing here. Now, here's this BB. This is too many people to 3-bet, I think. So, yeah, he's just going to make that call.
The only 3-bettable hands there are queens and above.
Right. And like I said, we saw it once before, so I think he was setting up for that same play probably. But whenever you have that much action, it's best just to complete and hope that Marquis does as well in Tordo. That set of nines, middle set here for BB. Tor was the one that raised it up just a little bit.
Terrible flop for continuing with 10s or 3s. 3s are just right there to set mine. Nobody can continue on that.
Yeah, and everybody's going to play this one sneaky. Jack on the turn. Now,
10s are back in play.
Yeah, tough card there for BB as it brings home the front door straight, and Marquis is going to be up and down.
Ray's got the Broadway to the 10, but we know 2 of the 10s are sitting in Marquis' hands.
Yeah, and a $200 bet into a $280 pot. Don't think he's going to be able to quite call that off, but you never know. He's open-ended. He's got a little less than 400 in his stack.
I wouldn't hate a shove here. I don't want him to, just because I know he lost with the aces. Yeah, but I wouldn't hate a shove here.
Yeah, he's either plays fine here. Pocket 10s, you're literally hoping for an ace and a king, or a king or a 8, and with that much action pre-flop, there's a lot of kings that have been folded, or a lot of kings have been folded, or
does he show
in the hand?
Does he show?
Nope.
I love it. I love it.
He's definitely maneuvered the best at this table. I know Braxton's been the action player, the big pots, the chip leader.
He's been sneaky, very sneaky.
BB has played definitely masterclass here tonight with his limp raises, things like that. You see here the going to showdown percentage, Marquis having the lead there, and Mike hadn't got to play a lot of hands because of Braxton, but so he's on up there.
This will correlate a lot with this. So Marquis went to showdown 18% of the time. He has been unlucky, and he is down $1,200. He's gone to showdown and lost.
Yeah.
And you notice that a lot of times when people go to showdown, it's either they're up a bunch or down a bunch.
Oh, yeah. He's the deck didn't help him out with the pocket aces, that's for sure. But like I said, I think he's played well overall. So hand number 43.
Travis has promised us a kickback.
There you go.
So just out of curiosity, if you were to do pocket aces all in and lose, what's the kickback? I'm just kidding. No kickbacks allowed here, but we'd love to give you a seat, but we definitely will get you on the list. And if a seat opens, we'll go through it. I know there's 3 or 4 players sitting out there that are just licking their chomps to get in here. They're watching it out there on the live stream, and they want in this game.
But you got plenty of time. This game,
it's not going to die.
It's going to go on after the stream. We've got right about an hour left of the stream, but this game's not going to go anywhere. So Tor here, it's like Tor raised it up. Braxton 3-bet with the ace-6 offsuit to 100.
Blasto, look at this.
Blasto 6-3 suited. He wants to get in on it so badly.
Oh, he tried every which way to talk himself into that.
Almost talked himself into it. Let's see if he would have flopped it or not.
But he knows there's a possibility that Braxton has the same hand.
Oh, absolutely. You think you have live cards with most players, but not necessarily Braxton.
If it was 2 other players that had done that, he would have jumped in there with those cards.
So we see both players here having an ace with not great kickers. Tor with the spade flush draw. 5-4 deuce. Both players gut shots. Tor middle
got the
set.
gas pedal on.
Yeah, Braxton's putting him to the test, betting 150, and Tor going to ship it. Ship it right back at him when it's Braxton here.
Who said that earlier? Chris Moss said the only way to play against Braxton is to play right back at him, and that's what you just saw.
Exactly what Tor is doing here. And, Braxton.
He's already got 150 in. Tor's got 500.
That's a big call. And it's a lot, not for a small amount. It's another 350 more. Not much to his chip stack, but he does make the call. So he's going to see the bad news that he is way behind here, as Tor has a pair of 4s already, and Braxton going to need a 3.
There's only
3 or
one.
a 6. And
There's only one that's live.
1-3 left here. 4 on the turn.
Makes it look even prettier for Tor. 96% to win this hand.
3 and only a 3.
He goes ahead and shows it.
Shows the ace forward. 8 on the river. No help to Braxton. He's going to show his hand face down there. And Tor, the very healthy double up there, survives against the draws.
You know, I've known Tor for about 5 years here, and he always has an Oakley hat with a sticker on the top. always.
That's funny.
Not necessarily that one, but he's always got it. Look at that. He didn't get a chance to even stack his chips. No. He slid the towers over.
Yeah, I miss Oakland. I was one of the guys that sported the big M frames back.
Heck yeah, I did
in
too.
The 90s.
Did you ever have a pair of the Folkleys?
No.
Oh man, I had a bunch of the Fakeleys.
Fakeleys.
Yes, playing a lot of baseball, and bust up a pair of my real Oakleys after I just spent $149 in the 90s on them. That was a lot of money, and $20 I could get 5 pair.
Yeah, I almost bought a pair of Oakleys a couple years ago, but
the new ones are pretty nice.
I know. I just can't.
I've got
to spend that kind of money.
I've got the Facebook Live Oakleys. Oh, or no, those are Ray-Bans. Those are Ray-Bans. Yeah, I've got the Facebook Live Ray-Bans.
I remember you brought them up here and we were playing with them.
So now Tor's got a brand new tower of chips, but as tall as that is, you've got Mount Vesuvius sitting right across the table from you.
Yeah, and Braxton's going to target him after giving those chips over there, just like
he wants them back with interest.
I guarantee you he's going to be in the mix with him.
Oh, here we go. Hand number 44. Marquis looking to get some of his chips back that he loaned to Braxton with those pocket aces. BB's sitting over there. He's got the Great Wall of China building over there.
6-5 Jack. No help to any player. Ray still ahead with the pocket 3s.
But it's going to be hard to call anything here.
Well, if Braxton's going to
no interest in it.
Behind, not interested in mixing it up with Ray. Ray's been pretty quiet the last little while. 10 on the turn.
If Ray checks again, Braxton's probably going to bet.
He's
that's the end of it.
He's going to take the lead there, and Braxton's going to let that one go probably. Yeah, and he shows a 3. Both 3s shows a 3.
And Braxton said 3-4. That's my favorite move.
I think he's going to put him on pocket 3s there every time. But Ray hasn't gotten really out of line, especially against Braxton. Not going to get out of line with 3-4.
You can tell the tournament players, the players that play tournaments, a lot of the higher dollar tournaments like in Vegas, their barrels are all 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see Frankie, you can see Moyer, you can see Braxton, you can see Caleb, all at the 20 mark, and even Worsham, he's at that 20 mark. Brandon, we got it. What do we got adding on here? Who's this?
Pretty big add on here. It came from the left over there somewhere. We'll see.
What is that? 2,000?
Maybe 1,500.
Who did that?
Let's see where she pushes the chips to. And it looks like 1,500 over to Moyer.
John, I know, right?
Mike there adding a few more bullets to the gun there.
Because this is a match the game. That's right.
Yeah, it's match the stack. And he sees a few of these players getting some chips and wants to be able to take full advantage.
So just so y'all know who told me that terrible Cowboys joke earlier, that is that man right there.
Right there, yeah.
Captain Redbeard, Mr. Corey. Terrible joke. Once again, for those of you that are Cowboys fans, I'm sorry, I am, but I'm going to tell it again. How many Cowboys fans does it take to screw in a light bulb? And the answer is nobody knows, because you got a million Cowboys fans just talking about how great the last light bulb was. That's so bad. It's so good.
You're a
it's
Cowboy
so bad.
fan too.
Oh.
We saw Frankie there hand over a little stack of hundreds, want to add on as well.
He said, if you're adding on, I'm adding on. Everybody's adding on.
I have a feeling this game is going to go beyond the stream for sure.
Yep, and Billy just walked in. Billy's sitting on the outer table waiting to get in.
There you go. The weather has passed.
Oh, Big Taco, I love your hand.
We're going to be here a while. Come on up here. We've got 2 outer tables going on. They might have a 5 on the button by now. A lot of people were on the list for
Big Taco called the 50.
He did call the 50 with the 5-3. I didn't. He folded it earlier, but this is the suited variety, so it's just enough to give that one a call. So Braxton raised it up with the Jack 4 of diamonds, Big Taco, Blasto, and Marquis coming along. All 3 very good playable hands, except maybe Braxton's.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot.
2 diamonds, ace, 9, 7 on this flop, both Braxton and Big Taco with the diamond draw. And Braxton going to slow down on this one.
The ace is going to stop Blasto from firing out. He always gets in these situations where the overcard hits and he just can't bet it.
Gets handcuffed.
Look at Taco.
Taco bet 200. I love it. And Braxton's not going to go anywhere. Unfortunately for Taco, he does not want to see a diamond. He wants to see a 3 or a 5. There's the Jack.
That's the end of the hand because Taco, unless Taco fires.
If Braxton checked it over to him, yeah, it goes check, check. We're going to see a river of 3, no harm, no foul, unless he wants to overplay this 3, maybe.
If Frankie bets it, I don't think Braxton can. Okay, I was going to say, I don't think Braxton can call. He's got to give him credit for the ace.
Yeah, that's if Taco could have found one more bullet there, that would have been crazy. But I don't know if Braxton.
With a little smile.
Yeah, right. Braxton might have called him with a jack, but probably not. I don't think he's going to call Frankie down with that. It's like right after he bet that flop. But
Frankie got him a barrel of black.
Yeah, like I said, he added on after Mike added on.
So we very well could see Caleb add on and Raymond add on here in a minute. And Tor's looking around saying, "Y'all add on, I'll take them."
This game's not going anywhere, guys. We're gonna have the stream for a little less than an hour, but this game is going to continue on. There's people lined up in the wings waiting to get in on this one here.
So here we go. Update of the stacks. Braxton, 4,200. Moyer, 38. Big Taco, 32. BB, 21. Blasto, 13. He's still up. Tor, 500 starting stack. He's got 1,230 at the table now.
Yeah, Caleb's got more than that. We didn't get his second, his add-on there put in. But he's got a couple thousand in front of him for sure.
Yeah, it's coming up here in a second.
Yeah.
And see, 5-3 could have won that last hand.
Could have.
It could have. It would have just taken $1,000 bet on the turn.
Now he's going to try 4-2. Call the $10. Probably a straddle here, as it shows Caleb raised to 10, but he is under the gun there. And
Caleb's been card dead all night.
Oh, absolutely. He had a couple good hands early. Lost one big hand, bought some more bullets, but hasn't had a chance to use them. But we're going 5 ways to a flop here.
West Texas heads up.
King, ace, deuce. So BB, second pair. Taco and Caleb both flopping bottom pair. BB going to want to bet this one out, see where the ace is.
He says, I'm in the lead. Tor says, I don't believe you.
Tor, $15 to catch a jack. Try to get that Broadway to come home. With
and the thing that I like most about that call right there is that call possibly says, I have ace rag.
Yep. And Caleb's going to stick around with his bottom pair just to see if he can improve. Of course, we saw a Taco fold a deuce, and a jack would not go good for Caleb right now. 7 of clubs on the turn. It doesn't change much of anything. BB still way ahead here. But, yeah, he's going to just keep tickling this pot. Keep it manageable. One of those blocker bets of another 15. And Tor's not going to fall for it. He's reaching for chips, Charlie.
Raisy, Daisy, Tor's not scared of anything.
No, and I think that's a great great bet. It gives yourself an opportunity to win the pot without hitting your gut shot. Represent a monster just a flat on that flop and then a raise.
Brandon does have history with him, though.
That is true. I mean, your opponent, if you're Brandon here, you can put your opponent on King X of clubs. Calling the flop and then raising the turn with that 7 doesn't really change a whole lot. Maybe pocket deuces. It's never going to be aces because it wasn't raised much pre-flop. But it does go ahead and let that one go. So that's a great bet by Tor. Like I said, representing either a late ace or a flopped set.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a robbery.
Yeah, yep. But BB's been the one doing the robbing for the most part of the stream. So I'll allow him to get away from one of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, he lays down. He gives away $100, $100 raise right there. He lets Tor have it. doesn't have much history with him at the table today, but they've played a lot together at the table.
Have they? Well, Tour's got some ammo. He came to the table, I think, with just the 500, and he's got almost a little over 13, almost 1,400 in his stack.
He said he's going to win, so he called it. I think Braxton said he was going to win big today too, though.
Well, he's well on
both
his
players.
way.
Both players who said they were going to win are up.
Hey, poker attitude matters, I promise you. Ray here under the gun at pocket jacks going to get called.
Make it raised.
Yeah, he raised it up, and Braxton just going to make the call with the ace-5 suited. I could have seen a 3-bet there, but Ray, like I said, hasn't gotten out of line. So
he says, "How many chips do you have?"
So Ray made it 35 with the pocket jacks. Braxton makes the call. Taco, Mike, everybody folds all the way.
Tor's going to call
Tor with the queen 4 suited, wants to play the heater here.
Braxton's going to have to step just a little off the throttle because Tor is going to call.
Yeah, and multi-ways here, but Braxton, I mean, I'll just say it, he's way above his range.
Yeah. The 5
way less.
The 5 alone is above his range.
4-9-3 rainbow here. Great flop for pocket jacks.
But Braxton's not going anywhere.
Gut shots and backdoor running clubs for Braxton, depending on how much Ray bets here. It looks like he bet 50 or 150. So that's a pretty sizable amount, but Braxton's not going to let this one go.
Jacks are so hard to play.
Absolutely hard to play against a guy that's got those cards in his range for sure.
Because I could see Tor calling this 150 also.
He got involved with queen 4, and if you flop a pair.
I mean, if you get involved with queen 4, you just hit the best.
He just raised, Charlie.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he had a big.
You just got excited.
What a raise. It would have been amazing. So 3 players still to the turn. A board pairing 9, a scare card for the jacks.
Yes. And if.
But he's not going to slow down. All in, just announced. If that's a black chip on top of there, it's going to be about $600 all in. Computer showing 545 in his stack. It looked like he told the dealer all in. He might not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he did go all in. Braxton having to let that one go. And Tor, a non-believer. 545 to win 1,100. If you feel like that Ray is just making a play here with ace-king, ace-queen.
He has 1 out.
1 queen left in the deck, yeah.
And this is what I used to say. I wish we could put a screen up outside, like a running marquee that says, one player's 96% to win and one player's 4% to win. Because if you're looking at this and you have 9-4 and somebody could have ace king, they're the 4%. You wouldn't know where you were.
That's too funny. But he decides to not make the hero goal. So a patient play there by Ray. It picks up a good pot with the pocket jacks. Hard to play, and that's one of the best case scenarios. Dealer Cody getting in the box. And while they're changing up, getting ready for the bomb pot, this game's going on all the time now, Charlie. 5 on the button.
It's back. You begged, you asked, you wanted, we delivered. 500 to 1,500, 70% match goes every day now since we brought it back. It's running every day. Yep. But bomb pots on the 1-2.
Bomb pots on the 1-2. I think I've had more people excited about that. We brought the bomb pots to the 1-2 tables. Yesterday we had 3 1-2 tables and a 5 on the button table. And like I said, the 1-2 players, they've just been excited about the bomb pots.
Yes, they love the fact it's $5 bomb pots. Nothing crazy, but I walked by a 1-2 table on Sunday, and it's a $5 bomb pot, and the flop comes out both boards, and it goes pot, 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 all in, call.
Don't tell me that. I'm having regret.
7-way all in.
I'm having regret. Don't tell me that.
Oh, and it was like 4 chops because there was 2 straights. 2 people had straights on the top. 2 people had straights on the bottom, the nut straights. It was really neat to watch.
Yeah, the 1-2s have not had the bomb pots, but we listened. Enough people requested them. But if you are a 1-2 player that's been enjoying the 1-2 spreads here at KoJack's, you don't have to play in the bomb pots, Charlie.
You can set them out.
You can set them out, and I think you're smarter for it if you do.
So here's a question for you. It's asked in the chat, and so we need an answer. What exactly is a bomb pot?
Well, you're looking at one right here. It is an Omaha variant. Each player is going to be getting 4 cards. Omaha rules: you must play 2 cards out of your hand, 3 on the board, 2 in your hand. The dealer is going to put out 2 separate boards. The pot will be chopped between the winners of each one of the boards. You can play 2 separate cards for one board, then you do the other one, but the most you can play on one board and must play on one board is 2 cards out of your hand. So it's an Omaha rules, double board, chopped pot scenario. The goal is to have the nuts, trust me.
Yeah, at this point, I would not continue if I didn't have diamonds, pocket kings, or 5-7.
Yeah, there's no.
And I see no diamonds anywhere.
No. Well, there's no diamond draw. Which
7-4. I see a 7-4.
Yeah, but again, you're not going to put much bank on a 7 high diamond draw in a bomb pot.
All the kings are out.
Yeah,
Oh,
nobody has a king.
That's crazy.
3 of the kings on there. Nobody else has one. That
9 players.
That is pretty,
36 cards out, and nobody holds a king.
That is pretty wild.
And Blasto really can't continue with 7-4 of diamonds.
Yeah, Tor is going to be the one to bet this one out. He's got 2 pair on at the bottom, hearts working for him at the top, but
he's got a flush in his hand.
Yeah, I can't think they're that great. Might have been just a stab since no one else seemed interested, but he's getting a lot of callers here. Mike, BB, and Blasto all coming along for 40.
BB's looking for any ace on that top board to fill up.
Yeah, we've a lot of creativity amongst these 5 remaining players.
Yes.
Onto these boards. 5 of diamonds brings home the diamonds on the top. Deuce of diamonds doesn't change anything on the bottom. So we see Blasto has the top half wrapped up, but I don't know if he can put much confidence in it if somebody bets it pretty big. But if it checks around, his diamonds are going to actually, he bet it out. I'm completely sorry. Good job, Blasto. I did not really expect that, but let me see. Oh, because he's got the straight, no? He's got the straight flush.
Oh, my, I didn't even see that.
Straight flush.
I didn't even see that.
No wonder he bet Blasto.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, the diamonds are nowhere else to be found, so he's not going to get paid on that one. But there's not much going on for either play on this top board, so it could still be a scoop for him.
I like what he did right here, because he didn't bet the pot to chase anybody off. He knows he's probably only getting half of it, so he wants everyone that's got a piece of either one to get in there.
Get multiple callers. Yeah, it's the two ways to play the bomb pot: swing for the fences to see if they have folded out, or if you can get multiple callers.
Oh.
Unfortunately for him, no one does it. And he's going to show that straight flush. Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. Straight flush. And nobody else had a diamond, but he's raking the pot.
Brandon's seen it. He knows his aces were good on the top, and half that pot could have been his.
Yep. That was a weird bomb pot, in my opinion.
Yeah, so what you saw right there, Fernando, is a bomb pot. Everybody gets 4 cards. It's played PLO style, 2 boards, and everybody antes up, and then everybody sees both flops. And it's just, are you ready to go? Who got the best of it? Who's drawn for the best of it? And as you see, you can always play a bomb pot and end up with a straight flush. It was so well hidden. We didn't even see it.
I did not see it at all. I was moving on because I don't think about 7 high flushes.
No. I was like, man, he's got a 7 high flush. He can't call anything.
Yeah, he can't call anything. He can't bet anything. But he bet it out. I was so proud of him.
He's got the still joint. I mean, what do you do at that point?
I was looking at the other board thinking, did he make something else? What is he betting 75 here with the
Did the card reader not do it?
Straight flush. Good job. And like I said, he scooped it. And
Braxton straddled. Frankie going to call the 10. Yep. BB calls the 10. Tor calls the 10. Marquis says, I wish I had any cards.
Yeah, there's no world where Braxton doesn't make this 70 to play.
You think? Nailed it.
Nailed it.
He said 100 on top.
You think he's
and look at Raymond. He's just laughing.
You think he's going to straddle and
Ray,
let that many people limp in?
Ray just laughs. And look at this. Call.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get in there and box if you're going to get some of those chips back. So 4 ways to a flop. Braxton with the 9-6 offsuit. Big Taco King Jack. BB King 10.
470 in the pot with the highest hand King Jack.
That's Texas poker. 3-3-10. BB flopping best here.
Braxton just calmly places his finger over his mouth. Says, "I'll let someone bet."
And Tor is going to take the lead. It looks like he bet 100. Braxton can let it go. He may get looked up by BB here, but he would be the only one to do so. This may be a good bet here. I think
Brandon calls.
Yeah, I think he has to. You're if you're going to play King 10, especially if you're going to pick up a club on the turn,
now he goes nowhere.
It's going to look good to both players as they both have a club flush draw. Of course, we see the BB with the King 10 beating out Tours Jack 6. We could see a pretty big disaster here.
But if you're sitting there four-way to the flop with $100 pre-flop raise, you can pretty much eliminate any blank 3 call because Braxton folded.
Yeah, the boats and you're afraid of pocket 10s and pocket deuces. That's going to be about it if you make this flush on the river. BB puts the pressure on though, trying to end it now.
Oh, he threw 1 black chip in, and I thought it was a bet of 100.
If he only knew what Tor was holding, what kind of payoff he could get if a club came, but of course he can't know that, and so he's going to get maximum pressure here, and it's going to have to work here unless Tor wants to gamble on a club for his entire stack, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, he knows a pair of deuces right now beats him.
Yeah, an $1,800 bet into a $700 pot, completely denying any and all equity. Yeah, and that's going to work. Tor lays it down. And
he looks at Braxton and says, if you'd have had these cards, you'd have called.
Braxton might have. You're not wrong. That's fantastic.
BB winks right over at Cody and says, thank you for that flop. Little did he know he was dominatedly ahead. There was 1 jack left in the deck.
Yeah. I picked up the flush draw as a backup there. But we've got about 30 more minutes left in on this stream. But, Charlie, this game's not going to go anywhere.
No, this is going to be a late night game, especially with the stacks on the table. Look at BB's towers now.
Oh, yeah. No, the 5 on the button game is back in force here at KoJack's. Like I said, we've had it make pretty much almost every day.
Yep.
And like I said, players are glad to have it back. But there's still quite a few of you tuned in on our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Appreciate each and every one of you for joining us on this Thursday night cash game. The 5 on the button. A little deeper than usual, but definitely not out of character for the typical 5 on the button game here at KoJack's. You're going to see a big taco straddle for 10 with pocket 10s. Mike is the first one to act with pocket 4s. Going to 3-bet this one to 25. BB with the suited connector 9-8 of hearts. Coming along, Blasto, pocket pair. Going to make that call, go to set mining. Tor's got 2 picture cards here. Queen, Jack off suit. Going to make that call as well. If Braxton wakes up with anything here on the button, it's going to be another massive squeeze, Charlie.
Yes.
Let's see what happens here. Ace 6 off. Hey, did he just call? He might have just called. There's too many people in the pot. Nope, Big Taco is the one that's going to 4-bet his straddle. 200. That's what I was just about to say.
I like them taking
if
advantage
Braxton
of it.
just calls and Big Taco would. Mike's going to let the pocket 4s go. BB lets his suited connectors go. $200 at a Big Taco, someone who's been pretty quiet tonight. Blasto is here thinking about the pocket 6s, but there's no way he's going to call with that. Lets that one go. Tor here going to let it go as well. Does Braxton want to gamble? He's reaching for chips. The answer is absolutely yes.
Almost all the 6s are gone.
Yeah, so ace 6, but not many players had an ace. So lots of aces left in the deck to run down Big Taco's pocket 10s. Queen,
that's
3,
a scare
king.
flop for him.
Tough flop there for Big Taco. And we'll see what he bet here. Looks like he made a bet.
And Big Taco called.
Yep, 3 on the turn. That's going to shut it down for both these players. Does Braxton keep on the pressure? Yeah, he did. Another 200.
And
Taco does not care. This is what did Braxton say? They never believed me. And one more big barrel that's not going to work.
500, it may.
Oh, it did work. Oh my gosh. Wow. Big Taco finally lets it go.
$1,800 pot shipped to him, stolen by him.
And you know, I just feel like it had a lot to do with the sizing there. He didn't. He bet 200 on the flop, 200 on the turn, 500 on the river. That's never a bluff usually. If he would have bet $1,000, Taco might have called him. But a fantastic sizing choice there by Braxton to make it seem like the crazy bettor was making a calculated bet, Charlie.
Oh, that goes back to the tournament play where he's strong in tournament play with calculation sizes.
Oh yeah, like I said, if Braxton would have bet too much, you could have seen Frankie continue the non-belief train. But that story that Braxton was telling.
It looked like he was trying to get paid off the whole time.
King or queen, you know. It was a fantastic line.
Because I think if he was bluffing at that point, I think he would have bet huge, and Frankie would have probably called it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He bet 500 on that river there, and if he would have bet he could bet 2,000, and Frankie probably would have called him. But that 500, it just looked too value-y probably to Frankie. Nothing going on that one. So Frankie gets to stack some of those chips back. And we got a tower of black chips there now sitting in Braxton's stack. Let's take a look at the stacks as they have moved around. We know we have a couple that are off, just as people have added on, didn't get put into the computer.
Caleb's is finally up to date.
Yeah, that's about what he's got there. Braxton, you see 4,600. His is accurate as he not had to add on. He's in there for his original 1,500. And Big Taco's sitting with almost 2,500 as we saw him add on earlier for 2,000, I believe it was, or 1,500. Mike added on to 1,500 as well. So definitely lots of chips.
There's a straddle. Baldo's straddling.
I like it. And decent little hand there. Queen 9 suited. Maybe he'll get to play it there. $10 to come along. No, he just limped. He didn't straddle. He limped in for 5. And it's going to come around limped all the way. And Braxton there punishing the limpers just grabbed some chips and stuck them out there. Ace 7 offsuit for Braxton. Going to raise this one up to 60 as everyone has limped around. We'll see if anybody chooses to look it up. Baldo does with the Queen 9 suited, and Tor with the 7-4 offsuit decides to defend against Braxton's squeeze here. So we're going to go 3 ways, 55 apiece. Braxton ahead with the ace 7 offsuit, definitely ahead of his typical range. And he does flop an ace. Ace, deuce, 6, pair of aces for Braxton. Not much for any other player. It's going to be difficult for Braxton to make any money off this one, and he may realize that as he only bet 100. And Tor not ready to let this go, Charlie. He might have some plans here to make something happen.
Somebody said it in the chat. The only way that you can beat him is to play right back at him.
Yeah, and a king on the turn. Let's see if it does slow Braxton
and
down.
Look at him. Braxton's not acting as quick as he normally has at this table.
Definitely thinking more about this one here, but he's still grabbing for chips.
It's good size again.
If Tor raises this here, it would be incredible. But it's either fold or raise.
Well, it's not, I don't think he has enough to push Braxton off. Braxton's got 4,500 in his stack.
Yeah, if you call here, you're not going to have enough to get him to fold probably.
I don't know, but it could be an instance like that 500 earlier.
It could be, but the play is to raise it here. If you're gonna play this hand this way, now's the time to announce it. And he's cutting out chips, Charlie. I love it. We'll see if he follows through on it. The thought process is real.
He plays a lot of 5 on the button. He's been in these situations many, many times.
Yeah, and putting the stacks together, contemplating it about here. Let's see.
He could raise it up to something like 450.
Well, he's only got 600 in his stack, so any kind of raise is kind of awkward. But ripping it back at Braxton would be incredible. He spoke to the dealer. Let's see if he announced something here. It looks like he did announce a raise in his snap call by Braxton. Braxton not wanting to go anywhere just yet. But I love this play out of Tor, even if it doesn't work, Charlie.
That's what they said earlier. You have to play back at him.
That's what you have to do. But Braxton here is at the top of his range.
And there's nothing in the deck that can help Tor.
Yeah, no, the game is over. He's never folding. It was a good opportunity that Tor took there, but unfortunately now he's just going to actually, Braxton could have put him all in here. Nope, he's dragging in the chips. Yeah, so Braxton just made the snap call.
Wrong timing. Braxton doesn't have an ace right there. It works.
No, like I said, but I mean, even with the heart coming out there, it doesn't matter.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, he's got a lot of heart. He just doesn't have enough chips.
And he's smiling as he's doing it. Any world that Braxton folds right here.
Not for $225. He wants to count it. And luckily for Tor, that heart there, I think he just made the call.
No, he has it in his hand.
Does he have it in his hand?
Yeah,
still?
he has it in his hand. It's in his right hand. And at this point, he may be thinking he's beat.
Well, I mean, he's going to have hearts there a lot of the time. King X of hearts. He raised it on the turn.
He's looking at the size of the pot.
I mean, it's like I said, it's a beautiful play. It's just there's just not enough out there. But Braxton essentially has a bluff catcher at this point, which is what it is. He doesn't have any kind of super real showdown value. Board pairing 6, it took away Braxton's kicker of a 7 even. So Braxton's basically trying to put him on King X of hearts. Because that is when he announced the raise was on that turn. And he could have boated up on the river with pocket deuces maybe.
I don't see a world that Braxton can fold. It would be an incredible move by Tor if he can get him to put his cards in the muck.
Yeah, the thing that might get Tor called down here also is the board paired, and Braxton could put him on a boat at that point.
A flush,
but the flush, the flush being a 6 improved Braxton's hand. Yeah, he made the call.
That's a crying call.
Yeah, no, it was a Tor deserves all of the credit there. He just didn't have enough chips to get Braxton to lay that one down. That was well played. Like I said, he's not stacking the chips.
And he's still smiling. He says, "You got me."
Yeah, no, like I said, he's not stacking the chips, but Tor definitely was the winner of that hand on how that was played. Perfectly done.
If he had 600-700 on the river, that would have got him off.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. There was just too much in the pot. He didn't have quite enough left. Didn't leave quite enough behind to bluff the river. But he had a plan from the flop.
Yeah, he did. If you call with 4-7, you got to have the plan to follow it.
And he did exactly what he set out to do. But like I said, he just did not have quite enough caliber left on that river there to make that one work.
And Moss says it best: if he had 1K, he folds.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
that was a crying call, even though it was a winning call.
Yeah.
It was a crying call because everything that Tor represented got there.
Yeah. And the board pairing the heart as well helped Braxton out, because it nullified his 7. He could be, in his mind, at best, he's chopping there. Mm-hmm. But I think even then, he's expecting a flush to be turned over or a boat. So well played, Tor. Well played. That was a very, very, very good move. Just not quite enough chips to make that one happen. And that's going to put Braxton 5,500, Charlie.
5 on the button is back, ladies and gentlemen.
$4,000 up. And yeah, that was.
And look at this. Just give the guy that's running hot ace jack.
He's got ace jack. And Caleb, who's been kind of quiet, raised this one up with Jack 10, and it's 3-bet by Braxton. And Caleb's going to probably continue.
He's going to defend. Boy, Ray's got all kinds of new work. He got that new sleeve. I saw a portrait tattoo on his leg.
Get that little extra poker money. Jack 8-9. A good flop here for Caleb, but unfortunately not for winning the pot.
11 outs in the deck for Caleb to win. 7 of them active.
Yeah.
And he's going to bet it like he's got it.
Yeah,
and look at Braxton. Braxton actually squinched right here.
Yeah, it's not a good flop for Braxton, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, Caleb thinks that this is just a money flop.
Does that call right there say anything? Braxton frustratedly threw one of each chip in.
Oh, for sure.
And he knows he's beaten it.
Now Braxton won't put another dime in this pot. He was looking for a heart, and that's about it. It goes check, check, as Caleb tries to check on the turn to try to get paid on the river, but there's no amount.
How fast do you think he folds when a bet goes out?
Oh, I mean, instant. Unless it's just completely tiny. There is 500 in the pot, but I don't see him calling any more than a couple hundred, or calling the 220 that he just threw out there.
I don't even see him calling that.
No, he wouldn't. He's thinking about it, but the front door straight got there. Braxton, he said in the booth, "Nobody believes me." Well, this dude doesn't believe other people either, so I don't want to hear
it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's living up to. He doesn't believe anybody. Nobody believes him.
He does make the call, and he's going to see the bad news here. Caleb had exactly what he knew he had, so Braxton made the call right the first time, but didn't have it on this one here.
That was a perfect size bet. It was almost small enough to scream, I want more of your chips, but it was just big enough to say, I may have missed the flush draw.
Yeah, no, that's like I said, I don't think he could have bet any more than that. I was a little surprised. I didn't think he'd call a couple hundred, but
Moss nailed it. He's calling.
Yeah.
Moss has a pretty good read on Braxton, and joining us at the table in seat number 6, Mr. Greg. Welcome to the table. Greg. Coming in with a beautiful stack. Looks like around 1,500.
Yeah. He's been doing some work on the outer tables out there. Unless that was just the maximum we bought in for.
Now let's see what he comes in for. It'll pop up here in just a second.
Well, he might have thought the max was 1,500, but surely not. With the whites there, I'm assuming he came from an outer
2,200.
22 is what it came up on.
He said, "You're not going to push me around."
Nope.
He comes into the table 5th in chips.
Yeah, so I'd say he's about the middle.
Yeah, I was thinking he came in at the top, but
no, there's several stacks here because Frankie added on, Mike added on. I mean, there's some big stacks here. Marquis and Ray limping in for 5. Music to Braxton's ears. Pocket 5s raises to 55. Big Taco get the cards to read there. Not going to like what he sees. Going to let it go. And Mike can let his 7-6 off go. Folds all the way around. Marquis going to complete to 50 more. And Ray getting a little bit of odds here with the other call in front of him. The Jack 10 offsuit. So we're going to go 3 ways to this flop. Ray is in bad shapes to Marquis, King Jack. Ace 9-9.
Nobody got nothing, but I bet Braxton bets.
Yep, and going to be tough for you when you play.
Look at this bet. Look at this bet.
What do you bet? Another 40?
170 in the pot.
Yeah, Ray wants to float.
He bets 25.
Yeah, Ray wants to float for 25. Another ace.
I can see Braxton betting something like 20 now.
He's got to bet decently here, yeah, because his hand just got completely counterfeit. It was bet there or just surrender and give your opponent an ace there.
Count a calf 150, and that's enough gone.
That's it.
We got another add-on coming up. This game is about to get huge.
Yeah, we've only got about 20 minutes left of the stream, but this game's going to go much longer than that.
If it wasn't a weeknight, we could keep commentating.
This has been a fantastic 5 on the button game. This is what we've got going on here at KoJack's all the time now. 5 on the button is back. They don't always get this crazy, but they definitely can if you're here.
And nobody at this table is afraid.
No, I mean we've seen several people play back at everybody else, and
they want Braxton at the table.
No, it's been a fun game. And not just because of Braxton. Braxton's definitely been a fantastic part of the stream, and but I'm telling you right now, he's not playing this way because he's on stream. That's how he always plays.
No, this is definitely not made up for stream play. This is welcome to my world. This is how I normally play.
Yeah, it's been a great stream. I mean, big pots, lots of action, lots of good poker play with some of the leveling and
Big Taco. Look at his stack now.
He's fortified himself over there. He's waiting for that one good hand one time.
So he gave 1,000 in chips to Braxton, that one hand. And he just added on. He's got 4,500 in his stack. He says, when I beat you, Braxton, I'm taking my winnings plus some of yours.
Absolutely. The computer here, they just counted it up. It looks like they updated to 5,100. He matched Braxton's stack.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So Big Taco loading for bear. And he's on Braxton's left. Does that change anything for Braxton a little bit?
Yes, it does, because now Braxton had such massive, and this is the difference between a 70% match and a match the stack.
Absolutely.
And Braxton has the chip lead. He's earned those bragging rights, but now with match the stack, he's no longer the biggest stack. He can't fish around with the biggest stack behind him or the matched stack behind him.
No, and Frankie has the means to be an alligator. Once he latches on, you can't shake him, and he's got enough chips.
And look at this
to survive the ride.
Braxton folded.
Oh, yeah. And Caleb raised it up to 25 with pocket 9s. Ray makes the call with the ace-6 suited. Big Taco putting those brand new chips to play. Calling with king 10 offsuit. Baldo going to see a flop with 5-4 of diamond.
BB says, I'm committed.
BB says there's too much in there.
I got nothing in there. I'm pot committed.
Playing the 8-4. 5, Jack, 6.
You play 8-4. That's the best you can wish for.
That's, yeah, the gut shot there. Bottom pair there for Baldo. No, Blasto taking the top pair position here. Ray here going to bet out the middle pair, backdoor diamonds. He only bet 40. It's not going to be enough to get Caleb out probably.
And this puts Blasto in another tough position with the best hand.
Yeah, he's got top pair on his kicker, and all these people calling that Jack 10 the strength is not quite there yet. Yeah, and Kale's going to come along. I didn't think that sizing was going to get anybody off of it. BB was the only one. He wants to see a 7 on this turn to bank that straight. So lots of good turn cards for all of these players. And there it is.
That's why you play that. That's
7,
why you play it.
7 on the turn. Now, no one is super strong enough to make a ton off of this pot.
Nobody has hearts. Nobody's got 8, 9.
No, so
but now Caleb has the gut shot to the 9.
Yeah, so this will be pretty telling here on BB how he plays this. I wouldn't mind seeing a bet of about 100 to 120, just to keep people along.
Like that's exactly it.
Yeah, 100 there, just to see if there's anybody that's even close.
And look at that. Robert knows instantly where he is.
Yep, lets that one go. And Caleb here,
the only one that really could call.
That could call there is not going to do it, and Baldo going to have to let him go. So just unfortunate there for BB getting super lucky to bank that cut shot. But
Baldo hadn't let it go yet, has he?
No, he hasn't had a whole lot of cards, and so he's playing a lot out of frustration here. He's got the open ender with the 4, so his hand did improve with the 7, but we see that he's only drawn to a chop on the straight.
That's so hard when you hear it from those words. You're drawing to a chop.
Yeah, it's a bad place to be in for sure. But he just hasn't had enough to play, so his probably impatience a little bit there. But he makes the laydown, so goes ahead and makes the laydown. So lucky and unlucky for BB there.
Yeah, I mean, lucky to hit it, unlucky nobody had it.
Yeah, you can't. You could have checked there maybe to see if Ray continued on, but it's better to try to build some sort of pot, deny a little bit of equity on some of the heart draws that might have just developed, and try to get paid on that totally invisible straight.
Yes, and he's going to have to start with another tower of reds.
Yeah, he like I said, 8-9, but still even 8-9 was a gut shot. So like I said, it was a very, very sneaky hand that worked out for him to at least drag the pot, if unfortunately not making it much more off of that.
If his tower gets much taller, he's not going to be able to see his chips.
Well, if this was a tournament, I would have already asked him to please, sir, can you tug down your chips?
Yeah, he's up $2,100. He's up $2,100. The only person that's up more than him is Braxton. Braxton's only up 24.
Oh yeah, no, BB's played phenomenally tonight and deserves every single one of those chips because
Braxton's not up 2,400. That's a wrong read on the graphic. He's up.
Yeah, he's up way more than that. Yeah, he's only in for 15, and he's at 5,100 right now. So, he's up $3,600 at least right now. But
who raised it?
What's that?
One guess. Who raised his hand?
Let's see here. Out of Mike, Baldo, or Caleb, or Braxton, who do you? I don't know. 4 ways to a flop though. Ace, tray. No one having a tray, but Baldo does flop the top pair finally this time. Braxton choosing not to continue on. And Baldo's going to check around to Baldo. He's going to see where he's at here in this late position, getting agged last. And I don't think
that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah, Mike could peel one time just because, but not for $200. Never mind. Baldo's going to end the hand right there, betting the pot.
Yeah, he says I'm good winning 200.
Yep, he hasn't stacked some chips in a minute and decides that pot's big enough to stack. And there it is. So good on Baldo there. Just ending the hand right where it's at.
He was down 1,000 headed into that hand, so now he's down 800. Cut out 1/5 of it right there, one bet.
Yep. No, he's the deck has not been very kind to him.
Braxton's about to grab 40. Oh no, it's bomb pot. Okay.
I started saying.
I was like, here we go again.
Not put in the
that's the reason why I was like, we're about to see another 20, 10, 20, 40, 80.
Yep.
And Frankie may go higher this time.
Well, now that he's bought on and looking for the action. So while they're getting the bomb pot put together, let's talk a little bit more about what we spoke about earlier, the Fortune Frenzy.
The Fortune Frenzy. It's something new coming to KoJack's, and with the Flush Frenzy, we've had 2 windows. Mm-hmm. Now, what happens?
There's more windows, and so you have more opportunities throughout the day to hit it. You're still trying to make 4 hands, but instead of 4 flushes, it's 4 different types of poker hands.
So you've got Broadway, Ace High Flush, Flop Set, and Jacks. 7s full of Jacks or better.
Yep, and actually the 7s are for the set as well.
Okay.
So you have to flop a set of 7s or better. On the flush, you have to have ace high, and the ace has to be in the hole.
Both your cards must play on everything, just like the frenzy.
So if you're going to make a flush, both of them need to play. So you're not going to really hit it with an ace deuce. It's got to be up there. So it's a little more difficult to hit, but that means that the jackpot's going to get up higher. And I'm still not revealing what that opening amount's going to be.
Oh, do I know?
I don't know if you know, but yeah, Chris. Chris say that'll.
Hey, am I right?
Probably.
Oh, you notice?
Chris, it actually we've been doing this promotion several times in Fort Worth, and you would be shocked how much it does get hit. But it is difficult, but it's difficult for a reason, because we want that pot to get huge here at KoJack's, and then we can start dropping those qualifiers as the month goes along. So stay tuned and watch, but it does get hit a lot more than you would think. So the bomb pot, 4-card, Omaha, 2 boards.
You know what's funny about when Moss just said that'll never happen? That's what they used to say about the flush frenzy. That'll never happen. And we're paying it out every other day.
Every other day, yeah. No, it happens way more on the fortune frenzy than you think. We've been doing the promotion in other markets, and we know it's a good one. We know that it's possible, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
With the flush frenzy, you see a lot more suited cards played. With the Fortune 500 or Fortune 500,
it took me a while on.
Yeah, with the Fortune Frenzy, you have a lot more of your quality hands being played now.
Right.
Your Broadway hands, your pocket pairs, so it plays a little more into poker.
Right, and that's the biggest difference there is the poker's a little more normal.
And here we go to the flop. We've got a pot, not a pot bet, but a bet of 75, and we've got 5 players with the call.
Yeah, Chris, it's 4 hours, bud. 4 hour windows. 4 to 8 p.m., 8 to midnight, midnight to 4 a.m., and then 4 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Oh,
so that one does happen.
Promoting late play, too. They like to play till 8 a.m. here.
Well, with these kinds of games that are happening now at KoJack's, I expect that to be happening a lot more.
Ray turns a set of 9s on the bottom board, which is, I think, the top on the what we see, looking for 69.
It's been backwards.
He's got a set of 9s and the straight.
Yeah, he's going to bet about half pot here. Marquis with the nut flush draw on the bottom. Braxton...
85. He's got 2 pair on
2 pair
and a gut
shot. Yeah, calls the 465. Braxton really wanting to get in on this one.
They call him the dream breaker.
Yeah, he doesn't have the straight quite yet on either board. Marquis is gonna have to put in the rest of his stack. Too much out there after the action is more than just heads up. Looking for a spade on that the top board on the board, bottom board on your screen.
So as it stands right now, Ray's got both boards.
Yeah, Ray's got the set of 9s and the straight on the top. 10 misses the clubs. Deuce doesn't change much on the bottom. So actually, Marquis, it's showing. Yeah, it's showing Marquis here. What in the wide world am I missing here, Charlie? How does Marquis win half this pot?
Queen Jack, 9-10 Jack Queen.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't see the diamonds.
I didn't see. Looking at the other board. Yeah. So yeah, Marquis is going to get some of that back, and Braxton knew he was so close, pointing and arguing about it. He's going to see that he made the jack high straight.
And he does what you should always do at this point. He turns his cards on their backs just in case he missed it, which Braxton doesn't miss a hand.
No.
But he's showing just in the event.
Yeah. So the Queen Jack is going to best Braxton's Jack 8 for that bottom board, for those that are looking at it. But
there's an outside pot. That's why Braxton showed.
Yeah.
Because Marquis was all in on the inside.
So they're going to
chop the outside.
And then it's going to be the other 2 players, Ray and Marquis, getting the main pot there. So that's a good turn of events there for Marquis, even though he didn't hit that spade. He still ended up getting half that pot. So you have 4 hours on the Fortune jackpot. 4 hours to make 4 hands. And it's very, very, very doable. I've seen it a bunch in other markets.
Moving on around, hand number, I think 58.
Yep.
58.
Yep, it has been quite the stream. We've got a few minutes left of the stream. Yeah, Chris, we've been staring at cards for 3 hours on a very small monitor. It's hard for us to see the bomb pots sometimes.
That's what we ought to do. We ought to buy us the 90-inch flat screens now that they have out there.
Yeah, to see all of those cards. I casted the Big O Championship, and my brain was melted by the end of it. But it was a tournament at least, so it wasn't that hard because not everybody's playing a Big O cash game.
Yeah, oh my
Imagine
gosh.
commentating that, all that action, trying to read all those hands.
Braxton sleepers for 20, and here we go.
Caleb straddled for 10. Braxton put in the 20.
Actions on Blasto, and look at the row of greens. He even threw them sideways. He didn't even put them straight across.
Yep. And he's not going to mess around with this one, betting it up to 200.
Oh, Braxton's doing what he does best, tries to crack the monster.
Come along with the 7-4.
That may get, nope.
No.
I was going to say that may give Blasto just enough to jump in.
No, he frustratingly folds there, it looks like. So
this could be devastating for Blasto.
This is going to be an interesting one. Blasto, pocket queens. Oh. My gracious. Okay. So Blasto pocket queens going up against the 4-7 of Braxton and the flop of 4-4-7.
Guys, if you're in the chat, type in some ones if Braxton's running hot.
Yeah,
and he knows Blasto's strong. 1-1-1-1-1 if Braxton's running on fire.
Oh man,
this could be all of his stack.
I don't know how it's not. It depends on how Braxton plays this. This could get awful.
Look at him. Look at Blasto.
Looks like he's contemplating what he wants to do here. Is he going to announce it right now and give Blasto a chance? He does raise it up big.
500, maybe 600.
Yeah, and can Blasto get away?
I think he can.
Anything's possible in Braxton's world. Yep, there you see Blasto with a smile, but he's definitely talking mess, I'm And Braxton here,
he may have said too much.
Well, there's a world where Braxton wants him to fold.
You know that because he's watched him.
He's one of those guys that could say, "I've got you. You've got queens or kings or aces, and you're beat."
Yep.
I could see Braxton doing that.
And you guys in the chat, I mean, y'all are the same with us. If we could cuss on stream, pretty much all of those words would have just came out.
Yeah. Blasto's thinking about it. I wish this wasn't on stream for him. I'm sure that's playing a little bit into it about folding queens on stream. But Braxton's never bluffing here. Not the way. I mean, he is.
The problem is he's either bluffing or he's not.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna. There's doing a lot of talking. I'm curious to see how this is playing out. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is a cash game. Like I've said before, you don't have to put yourself in these positions. You can just fold and go to the next hand.
And erase it from the slate.
That's totally it. He has not had a bad night. He's going to lose a couple 300 in this hand here, and he's still going to be up.
Yeah, he's still going to be up.
And this isn't a tournament.
Oh, 14%. That means both queens are live. Oh, yes, both queens are still live.
Both queens are still live. But if you
look at this. This is the type of player he is.
Braxton tucked him out of it. And now I don't know if we can catch it on camera or not.
Is he going to show it?
Yeah, I don't know if he showed it or not.
You could hear Braxton say, "I hope you're not folding. You're thinking about folding kings or queens."
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
taunting maybe a little bit
through the microphone. Dawson just told us you could hear Braxton tell him, "I hope you're not folding kings or queens here."
Yeah, but
well, hey, that's a hero fold right there by Worsham.
No, absolutely. I mean, but like I said, this is a cash game. You don't have to hang your hat on any situation if you don't like it. move along. And some people say, "Oh, I could never fold queens there to Braxton." Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to gets crushed by his 4-7.
Yeah,
boats,
you know Braxton's capable of playing 4-7
absolutely.
to a raise.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, just go to the next hand. Forget the hand happened. Go to the next one. Looking at the charts there, he's still up $120 on the night.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see some of those lodge players come playing a 5 on the button game. I mean, and just sit down at a table like this.
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't know what to do. They'd be folding, tens to a 3-bet pre-flop, and they're getting 3-bet by 4-7.
No, the Texas poker is different, and West Texas poker is the extra level of different. That's for sure.
Oh, and look at that, Big Taco giving him the high five.
And of course, Braxton right back in the saddle, raising with a king 10 offsuit, 5 queen 7 2 clubs. Mike with the flush draw.
Due to the table, Greg's got the upper downer.
Yep, and
Mike's got this really good upper downer.
Yeah, that's a lot of action could be had, but everybody's wanting to see what Braxton does. But actually, it's going to check around to Greg, who's going to be on the hijack, the last bet, and bet's big.
Good Lord, bet's pot, yeah.
Pot-size bet. That's going to make it hard for Mike to come along, even though he should. He's got the up and down straight draw with the flush draw.
Heads up, he's free rolling.
Yeah, it's we can see that, but that's a big pot-size bet out of Greg. But this is one of those situations where you have.
Look at this.
That was just about to say, one of those situations where you just have to call or raise, and Baldo's going to get out of the way.
He looked at Greg's stack size, saw around 2,000 in there, and he said, "We're gonna play for a third of your stack. If you're gonna play this hand, you're gonna put a third of it in."
Yep, and it's difficult here for Greg to come along because
look at all those outs. Look at how many outs Greg has.
No, that's not right.
Most of them are for chops. That's completely correct.
Yeah, those are all chop outs. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because they both got the same hand. It's just Mike free rolling the non clubs, so they're not outs to win. Those are just outs that
he doesn't lose.
The chop. But
yeah,
the problem is when you're open ended like that, and you think you have some of your outs killed because your opponent could be on the flush draw, just like he was.
Yes.
So that was just a good sizing by Mike. It's a good pot size bet by Greg there. It's going to take that pot down a majority of the time. Not many people are calling you without the absolute nut flush draw, and even then, you're denying them a lot of equity by betting a pot size there. Yeah, Chris, that's exactly what Mike did. He did it right before I could call it. It's like if he's been waiting for the hands and finally got one there, and you either need to call this off and run it down or raise it up, and he chose the latter, which was the better of the choices. So right on to hand at number 16. Joining me in the booth here, BB.
How's it going?
Man, you've been playing a heck of a poker game.
I've been trying. I punted a couple times.
Oh, well, we were talking about how, there's been a lot of good poker played tonight. You're going to, there's the chips there. A lot of people are going to be sad to see you cashed out of this game, but it is still going on. So if you're in the area, definitely come check it out. This game is still going on the outer tables as well. Looking at the game here, I want to show this real quickly. Some players finally getting some hands here. We've got Braxton 4-betting with $100 with the 10-9 offsuit. Baldo hasn't had many cards tonight. Finally wakes up with the ace-king and have to do some defending here as he's going to re-raise all in. And we'll see, find out if Braxton wants to gamble here. Caleb going to be getting out of the way with his queen 6. Braxton here going to want to call. It looks like it's going to be a little over 500 for him to make this call with the queen 9 or the 10-9, but Baldo hasn't done this very much. So yeah, he's going to go on Braxton. Braxton's going to give him some action here, calling with the 540. Not sure that Baldo's going to want to see that as some of the hands that Braxton's called down with today. Did you see the hand with the pocket queens? Did anybody see the hands a minute ago whenever Blasto folded after betting 100 after betting 200.
No, so yeah. So he had pocket queens at hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Go back and look. 5, 6, 7 gut shot for Braxton. Now the diamond's no good. 9 on the river, and Braxton gets the better of the better hand once again tonight. And Baldo is going to see the bad news.
Yeah, Braxton's been running good tonight, and that hand with the pocket queens, 7-4-4 flop. Yep. Braxton was talking about, pre-flop. He had a little talk about it. So,
what do you think Braxton had that hand?
I think he had probably suited 7-8 maybe.
How about 7-4?
Did he? Wow.
Just flops the joint.
Just running good.
Just flops the joint. But, he did run good tonight and is still running good, as we just saw there.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, I want to talk to you a little bit about you made a lot of good moves tonight. I was definitely can say, and Braxton doesn't want to hear it, but at the end of the day, definitely my pick for who played best tonight.
Well, thank you.
With a lot of the moves that you made. You can go back and watch the stream at some of the holdings that the opponents had, some of the laydowns that they made, some of the moves that you made. Like I said, you played back at Braxton a little bit here and there, and a lot of people did. They tried, but it didn't work out too well for them.
Yeah, I remember I called him pretty light with a pair of deuces in a hand, and he hit the ace on the river. And, I talked myself into that one. I almost folded that one, but.
Well, and I believe I said on that one that you were right until the river.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happens
yes,
in
sir.
poker here. So we're going to play one more hand here on this live stream. There you see BB here in the booth with me. Going to be raising this one up to 40. 3-betting actually with the 6-3 offsuit. What are you thinking there?
So right here, I'm just I'm putting money in the pot. If I whiff the flop, I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Braxton's going to come along on the button
exactly.
with any 2 cards.
Yep.
So heads up to this flop. Let's see, 7-8 king.
So right here, I'm thinking I'll check it to him.
And he checks it, makes a quick check back, and now you're open-ended.
Yeah, so now I'm open-ended. I think I put 40 in right here.
40, about almost half of this pot here. You
okay.
see Braxton doesn't have anything. 9 on the river makes your straight.
Yep. So right here, I'm thinking if I check it to him, what's he going to do?
Maybe he'll fire.
So I check it. He bets 100. So right here, he's been running so good that I just call instead of raising him. And that was talk at the table. Why did I not raise him right there?
He could have had the bigger straight. That's what the way that he's been running.
Exactly.
So,
I thought he had 610 maybe. And if I bet 300 there, if I raise to 300 and he makes it 700-800,
what do you do?
I don't know if I can call.
No, that's a good move. So
yep.
But like I said, I've said it many times in the streams. I hope you go back and watch it. Very impressed with your play tonight.
Thank you.
And you've definitely got the chips to show for it. We're going to switch it over really quickly one more time. I want to show some of the stacks. Braxton 5,800 ending the stream way up, but I don't think this game's going to stop. I think it's going to keep going, if not here on the outer table for sure. Big Taco 5,000. Bought a lot of those chips, didn't get to put them in play too much, but overall, we'll take a quick look at the win-loss here. Now it's not 100% accurate, but we're seeing BB, you're up to 2,200. Is that right? Did you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was a good win for you, Braxton. That was a true count for him, as he was only in for that initial 1,500. He's run well, but he did play good tonight. Don't get me wrong.
Braxton is a heck of a player, and he's actually headed to Vegas to play some events. So
yeah,
I give him if he keeps this going, he's gonna kill it.
Bringing on one of those bracelets again.
Yep.
But he ran good, but made a lot of good plays. But like I said, I just wanted to say you played the best tonight, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, and hope to see you back on stream.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we are going to be wrapping up this stream. Charlie, come on and sit down here with me as BB here takes all of his chips back to the cage. Oh, no, he's going to keep them.
Flip it. All right, see what I won tonight?
Yeah.
Hey, good playing tonight, Brendan.
BB, appreciate you, bud. But thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Still a lot of people watching all the way to the end here. Every Thursday night, 7 to 10, Charlie.
You ready for it?
And we're going to have
next week,
ROE.
10 on the button, $1,000 buy-in. Get your name up on the list. It is going up in about 5 minutes.
Yep. And if you are part of that first 9, I will say if you're part of that, it'll be first 8.
Yeah, first 8, be here.
First 8. You must be here a little before 6 p.m.
Because we're going to start the gameplay at 6. Game goes live at 6:45. It goes on stream at 7.
Yeah. So please, please, please don't put your name on that list to be the first 8 if you cannot be here by 6 p.m.
Because we're going to skip
Thursday.
you. Yeah, we'll
because
skip you.
You'll get replaced immediately because we require attendance because we have to get set up for the stream and the whole 9 yards. So the 6 p.m. attendance is required to be in that top first 8. So
look at this bluff. Just show this bluff. Look at this. Raised to 900 with 7.5.
This is what Big Taco was waiting for.
We were trying to end the stream,
but I don't know if he's going to get away with it. Braxton here's got 2 pair, which is
diamond draw there, Broadway.
I mean,
the wheel, everything's there.
And Braxton, and it's coming from Big Taco. It's not like it's coming from.
He waited all night to do this.
Yeah,
1,700 in the pot. If he wins this hand, we were going to end it, and I just happened to look over and I saw raised to 900. His cards are dark.
Oh, and he makes the call. So Big Taco made a stab, and it's not going to work.
Oh my gosh, that was the perfect.
Oh, look at that reaction from Ray there.
Yeah, I mean that says it all.
Same, buddy.
Crap.
Same, buddy. If we don't end the stream, we're not going to be able to. There's just too much going on.
They're still going holy, and that's where you say holy and then hit the bleep button.
5 on the button is back alive and well here at KoJack's. Doesn't quite play this crazy all the time, but it is here 7 days a week at KoJack. We've got the 1-2 with the bomb pot going on, and the 5 on the button here every week at KoJack's. Next week, next Thursday, 10 on the button. ROE. Sign up. Get on stream.
Don't be late.
Don't be late. Got to be here by 6 p.m. or you're going to get skipped over. We got to make this production
And we're not
happen.
sorry because we got to get everything set up for it. So be on time, and we can't wait to see you till then.
But until then,
the Bald and the Beautiful. Out.
Beautiful. And maybe be here back next week to see who's in the booth. But we hope to see you here at KoJack's, hopefully here on stream. If not, sometime between now and then. And check out our new June schedules coming up. Once again, thanks for tuning into Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for this KoJack's Live Thursday night. And we'll be back next Thursday.